La la la. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. That was so rude. I'm so
That was
sorry.
terrifying.
Yeah, that was horrifying. Hey! Hey! Hi, everybody! Hi! Stream! Stream! Aren't you gonna say hi to your stream? Huh?
I mean, you're doing my job for me. I don't really
Oh,
need to do
okay.
anything, to be
Well,
honest.
hello both of our streams.
Well,
I got Honeycrisp here with me, and I'm here with Honeycrisp. We're both streaming and talking about our VidCon experience. Actually, really,
yep.
our California experience.
It was quite the week.
It was quite the week. It was quite an eventful weekend, dude. I actually might DM. Oh, I see a certain individual in a VC that I might try to drag him in there. Hey, bro,
Hey,
get
bro.
it in here.
Wait, who are you dragging?
Muttered.
Oh. That makes sense.
Oh, so I'm gonna turn on the webcam. I'm gonna move the.
I forgot I had my channel redeems on. I need to drink water now.
You did. Who made you drink water? Hi, stream. Oh, I'm getting messages back. Oh, he's telling me to die. 1 minute, I'm gaming. Okay. We'll get you. Ooh. Hello? Airball.
I went to go get water.
Oh.
I was thirsty.
Medieval finger.
Medieval finger.
We're gonna have to explain that too. We're gonna have to explain that online.
Oh, there's a lot of things we're gonna have to explain.
Oh, there's so many bits that we have to explain and be like, oh, well, this is what this means. Well, shit.
It's not gonna be nearly as funny as the bits actually happening.
No, not at all. Not at all. Let's turn that music down to there. Hi, chat. Hi, everybody. We're back. We're streaming. We're live. Can you believe it? Honey Christmas live too. Oh my god.
It's me,
are
Honey Chris.
live.
I don't know. I hope that your at is like actually adding in my
What was that supposed to
thingy
mean?
bobber. Okay, it is.
Okay.
Your at is like working.
Ah. Okay.
Like the hyperlink is actually set up.
I see.
That's cool.
I see how it is.
You know, because I'm trying to like promote you and stuff. You know, because you're cool
Yeah.
and whatever. You're my
You
friend
know-
and stuff. So.
Are you talking about the stream title or in chat?
My stream title.
You know what? Actually, you know what? I should do that too.
No, it's okay. You don't have to. Whatever.
What's your thing, yo?
It's Honeycrisp. HUNICRISP.
Okay. Hopefully that worked. Anyways, we are here to talk about our
Oh.
Oh wait, only Sports Chrome and Firefox. But I think I accepted it. Did it work?
Wait. Is that how that works?
Request accepted. Except for it can't pull up the window.
No, actually, no. Never mind. Just quit out of it.
Are we streaming together? I can't tell. Give up.
No, we're not.
Give up.
I give up. I give up.
I give up. I'm ending it all.
What?
Why would he say this?
Why would he do that?
Why would he say this?
Why would he say
Hairball?
this? Hairball?
Hairball.
Wait, my chat gets really bored after a little bit. I need some GIFs to put up so that they don't get bored.
So that they stay locked in, they stay engaged.
Yeah. I need keys to jingle in front of them.
I know, I can't like play a game while talking or else I'll get distracted.
That's what I'm saying.
We'll make it click. We'll make it quick. We'll make the recap quick, and then we'll play Valorant, chat. Valorant, jingle, jingle, jingle. What do you want to start with? Do you want to start with the first day? That seems like a good place to start.
Yeah.
As you put up these little gifs, jingle, jingle, jingle.
Yeah. Wait. Hold on. I'm gonna show you the gifs. I'm sending you the gifs so that I have somewhere to download them from.
Oh, that's horrible. Here, I'll give you one. I'll give you one to put up. Hang on, let me find one.
I'm pretty sure it works like this, but I'm not 100%. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Perfect.
There's one.
Oh.
What?
Oh wait, it's not on loop. I forgot to put it on loop. There we go. There we go.
Does it look that funny? How do I do that? How do I?
Okay, so you go into your sources.
Okay.
You add, and then you put media source, and then you
File,
download.
add source. New
and you
source
download
instead.
the GIF by doing right click open link on the GIF, and it just downloads it.
Okay. Loop. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just about to add that. No, never mind. That's yours. That's yours.
No, I need a different one. I need a different one. We're getting too distracted. This is horrible.
The GIFs are actually for us. It's not for the
Yeah,
chat.
it's not for the chat. This is really entertaining to me. Hang on, let me pull up. Let me find a different GIF.
Hold
on.
Oh, here's a good one.
I'm gonna use this one. Open link. Replace. Okay, we did. After this, I need to actually lock in because I'm.
Yeah, we need to lock in and actually talk about.
Sorry, I do find this really funny though. Hello, chat.
Hello, chat.
Okay.
Oh, you got rid of your other one though.
I know. I'm sorry, but speaking of Gojo, on our trip we were in a house with we had Honeycrisp, we had Rose Comet, Hey It's Dino, Squeak. What 785? Is that the 789? Is it what's
897, dude? Are you a fake fan?
I'm sorry.
What are you doing?
Neptune, Shablingo, Mustard.
And Tuesday Pigeon, very briefly.
Tuesday Pigeon, very briefly. Gavadoodles.
Gavadoodles.
Trying to think if I might have totally forgotten somebody because I lost after I tried to figure out Squeak's numbers. I lost track.
Hold on, I can get it together. It was
you can summon.
Yeah, I can't summon them. They're gone.
Forever.
They're dead.
Okay.
It was Gav, Mustard, you, me, Dino, Squeak, Nep, Shab, and who am I missing? There was supposed to be 9 people. Rose. Yeah.
And then briefly Tuesday Pigeon.
Briefly Tuesday.
Okay. So speaking of Gavadoodles, and speaking of Gojo, Gavadoodles got me this little gift. He brought this for me, and he gave it to me on the first day. His hair is so fucked up. He is just a stupid little guy.
He's balding.
He's balding. He's. Oh no!
So, chat, screenshot this.
Oh
Somebody clip this.
Clip that.
Wait, I gotta bring that up on my stream.
Here, I gotta pull up your stream. Yo. I gotta mute the tab though.
Yeah.
Am I following you?
Oh no, dude.
No!
No way.
No, I
man.
am. I am.
Oh,
I
okay,
am.
good. I'm about to say you're breaking my heart here, man.
I'm so sorry.
I also closed out my music because I was so appalled.
Appalled by me potentially not following you. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Go.
Go.
Little go. Satoru go. But yeah,
we're never gonna be able to get through this.
We're never. I see little Subway Surfers up on your. Gonna. Okay, so. I'm actually gonna move this up here. So, first day, I'm getting off the plane, and guess who meets me at the airport?
Yours truly, me,
I'm
right
pointing
here.
At you.
I was there day one. Day one, I was
homie.
there.
Day one, homie. How do I put your stream up on my screen? Oh my god, you have the autism setup going. You. Anyways,
I'm a pro. What can I
I'm
say?
a
I've been doing this for years, man.
I'm practicing this. Anyways, so the first day, Honey meets me, and we go out to breakfast, where we also meet Squeak, and we hang
Mhm.
out, and we have a breakfast at this amazing little cafe spot that had delicious food. I got the best like bacon, egg, and cheese croissant that I've ever had. It was delicious.
Mhm.
And then we went back to the airport and started picking people up one by one. And we eventually all got together. We went shopping. We ate. We checked into our Airbnb. We all met each other in person, face to face, for the first time ever. I was
This is true.
geeking. I was tweaked out. I had so much emotion running through me. It was a beautiful moment. And then what did we do on the second day? Second day was Disney
Second day
Day.
was Disney. Second day was Disney. So, a lot of the people from the East Coast who came over to California to visit have already been to Disney World. Some people hadn't, but most people had. And because of that, the people who had been to Disney World and had gone to those parks and stuff there wanted to go to California Adventure to like experience the new stuff that was in our park here. Um, and that day of like running around, we only got to go on like what 3, 4 rides.
I didn't even go on all of them because I have motion sickness, like really bad motion sickness. So any like ride that has any extreme movement or like turn. Okay, when we got there, this is a huge mistake. The first thing we decided to do was wait in line for 2 hours, 2.5 hours
I
for
don't
the
think that was the
busiest.
worst mistake. Okay, that wasn't the worst mistake. It got busier after we left,
It
bro. Like
did.
it was.
But
I think it was
waiting
worth
in
it.
line for 2.5 hours for the Cars ride, which everyone said it'd be light. They'd be like, "Oh, it's not that bad. It's not that much motion." I gotta be honest. Every like even slight curve and like curdle that were very small. I will admit they were very small. It hurt.
Also, in the middle of like waiting in line, PK's like energy just died. It was
Dropped.
gone. It was dropped as he was in line. Like it was the ADHD was too powerful,
I
and
couldn't
he
do it.
couldn't,
Me,
couldn't
ADHD
do it.
me, with 2.5 hour long wait in line standing. Ugh, I couldn't do it.
Dude, he was pissed. He was
I
fucking
was I
pissed.
was actually having a horrible time, and the thing was is that I was being such a Debbie Downer, and at the end after the ride was over, because the ride kind of brought me back a little bit because I liked the ride. It definitely didn't do well on my stomach a little bit, but I still enjoyed the ride. I was such a Debbie Downer in line that I felt bad. I felt really bad that I was being such a downer because everyone wanted to go to Disney. I could care less whether we went to Disney or not, but I still had a really fun time. But it was, oh, why did my Spotify stop? No, stop.
It's because if you yap too long, it's like, oh, you're trying to play the music over your
I
mic.
don't know why it does that. Anyways, yeah, I ended up being a Debbie Downer, and I kept, like, talking about how, like schnocked out I was, but that was not a good move. But after the line, actually, wait, while we were on the ride, nobody told me that when you go through the animatronic part of the ride, that everything would be pitch dark and giant loud trucks would be honking at you and flashing their lights and jump scaring you.
I forgot. I didn't think
Cars,
that would be the worst part. I
cars
genuinely
of
didn't think
all
it would
rides
scare you.
having jump scares on it? Are you kidding?
I didn't think that that would get you. I'm gonna be so real. I thought that would be chill.
I Everything was just so loud. So like if it was quieter, it probably wouldn't have and I would have enjoyed it. But everything was just so loud. I was like, and I just got done waiting in line for 2.5 hours and I was done with like everything. And I was like,
Yeah.
it was an experience. But then we went through the rest of the park. Meanwhile, this whole trip, all 7 days, I was filming like most of the time, like half the time. I was trying to enjoy my trip too, but I did film quite a bit, and I plan on editing that down into something.
Yeah, low-key, I was a little worried that it was gonna be like camera in face 24/7, but you were very good about just enjoying the moment and like just
Yeah.
like recording every now and then.
I tried to balance it out. Most of the time that I recorded outside of like places like Universal and Disney was when Gavadoodles said, "PK, record this. PK, pull up the camera, record this.
Chat,
PK,
clip
this is a
this.
great moment. Chat, clip this." So I ended up having a great time at Disney by the end. Like we didn't even get to see all the park though. We waited
we
in
did.
line. No, we waited in line for so long for
Oh.
like different rides that we missed the entire right section of the park.
Yeah, we didn't go to
We
Frontierland.
did the
We
middle and the left side, and we missed like two other sections, like the mountain one and the other one.
Or not Frontierland. It was like the backcountry, like the one where it has the big water ride in
Yeah, like
California
with the
Adventure, if anybody's
mountain.
been.
Yeah.
Yeah, we completely missed that part because we were waiting in line for a bunch of stuff. Because oh my god, it was so disheartening when we got off of the Cars ride and we were like, okay, let's go get some food. I was with Mustard while we when we split off to go get food.
Yeah.
And Mustard was sitting with me because we were getting these quesadilla tacos, best
Ooh.
best birria tacos I've ever had in my entire life. Um, I miss them. We were like going to go get those, and the line for the food was also taking long. And Mustard was just sitting there like, I sit and wait in line to go on ride. Then I sit and wait in line to eat. Then I sit and wait in line to drink. I cannot
I
do
sit and
anything.
wait in line to bathroom.
Yeah.
It's just a constant, endless cycle.
Yeah,
Torture.
but after we ate, I think we did a lot better. And a legendary photo came out of that Disney trip, by the way. A legendary
one?
PK photo of him
Oh!
in a little propeller hat with his lollipop.
I gotta pull that up actually. I should I'm actually just gonna like show the image on screen instead of like pulling it up.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot easier that way. Let me scroll up.
My Fallout shirt, I'm not wearing it.
I know you aren't even matching with me.
Oh, what am I doing?
This is the photo, the legendary photo that ended up coming out of this trip. It's me in a propeller hat with a lollipop. It's peak, I fear. Honey's running to go put on her shirt. Did you lose it?
Wait, hold on.
I'm trying to refocus my camera.
I think it's still in the wash.
Are you joking?
I think it's still in the wash.
Focus!
I thought it was cleaned already.
I hate you!
I hate you.
I hate you! I've always hated you!
We gotta play Regretivator again too, by the way.
Yeah? Sounds pretty good.
Sounds pretty good right now.
I'm down.
Not right now. First, we gotta
not right
finish.
now.
We gotta
Not
finish.
right now. So we went through Disney. We had a really good day. What else? We went to San Francisco for lunch. That was amazing.
Yeah, that was where we waited for like forever to go and get the
Literally.
quesadilla tacos.
Trying to have my camera refocus on my face.
It was really good food though. I think everybody really enjoyed the food there.
Yeah.
It was just it took forever to get it. Once we ate, we were fine. And what did we decide to do after we ate? I forget. Oh God, so much happened on the trip. I keep forgetting.
Yeah. What did you say? Sorry, I was trying to refocus my camera.
After we went and got food, what did we decide to do? I forgot.
Didn't we get on? Or no, we did the Little Mermaid ride before, right?
Oh no,
No,
that was after.
No, that was after. Yeah, we went on
Yeah,
the Little Mermaid ride.
yeah. I was I was swapping spit with Rose Comet in in the ride. No, I'm kidding. That was not what's happening.
What?
I was kidding. I was kidding. I was kidding.
You ruined
That was
that
not what
beautiful
happened.
retelling of the Little Mermaid by kissing, you gross, disgusting. There's some words I could say that I shouldn't say on stream. Damn
He's
you.
gonna call me a slur, chat. He's gonna call me a slur.
No, no, what?
Me? No.
No.
No, I would never.
I need this camera to refocus on my face.
Just refocus it, bro.
I don't know how. I fade out every time.
It's fun.
I'm too big. It can't focus on the face when it's focusing on the chub, you know. The beautiful mid-century modern sculpture standing right in front of it.
You act like you're like the biggest person in the world. You really aren't.
I'm a close second.
No, that's just not true. It's just not true.
Maybe pushing third.
So
I live in America,
went,
for Christ's sake.
so we went to the Little Mermaid ride, and after that, I think we went to walk around the park because we hadn't seen a lot of it, and
Because we stood in line for 2.5 hours.
because we stood in line for 2.5 hours.
Yep.
And we were walking around all the while. Carson Neptune was like saying, "Oh my God, we got to go to Goofy's flight school," which was like
Yes,
3
which
hours.
is my
away.
idea. My idea.
That was your idea.
Yes, I was the one who brought it up. I saw it while we were waiting in line for the Little Mermaid. I was like, oh, Nep, look! Goofy's flight school!
And then we like looked on the app, and it was like 3 hours of waiting.
It was 20 minutes, and then literally not even a minute later, it updated to like an hour and a half.
Yeah,
It was crazy. Totally unfair.
I think after Little Mermaid, we tapped out for a second to go to downtown Disney because we were sick of waiting in lines.
Yeah. And that's where I bought my giant lollipop that was not worth it because it was sour tutti frutti, and that's disgusting.
Yeah, I think you did not finish that. You brought it home and nobody ate it.
I licked it once and then threw it away. At like after I brought it home, nobody ate it. It got tossed in the garbage. I broke the stick too. I was so mad that I spent like $7 on a lollipop that sucked ass.
Yeah, and the propeller hat you didn't even buy. You
Because
didn't even buy it.
it was a child youth size, and it would not have fit my head. So I placed it on my head, took the photo, and put it back on the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's a legendary photo.
A legendary photo. That's how a lot of people imagine me. Apparently, I've heard.
Yeah, that is literally how both of my partners imagined you. Amir was saying like, yeah, like that's when I imagine PK, that's the image that comes to mind. Is a little kid in a propeller hat and a lollipop. That's him. That's him. Did you bring up the photo?
Yeah, I showed the photo on camera.
Damn you! I was looking away.
Here, do you want me to put it back on screen?
Yeah.
Hang on.
It's him.
Stream delay.
It's him.
Ah. Is there any other legendary? Oh. Legendary photo. Legendary photo. We actually had some like, oh my god, I have a video of me in the Cars ride just like absolutely flipping my lid. I have a video of the giant like tractor turning its, oh my god. Why is this in the ride?
What?
Hang on. I'm putting this up to the screen.
Wide PK. Oh, the
The
jump scare
giant tractor? The giant jump scare tractor?
Because it's in the movie, bro. Have you not
Dude,
watched it?
why did yes, I have. It's been forever, but why is there so many jump scares? Yes, also wide PK. I'm very well. Someone just come out and call me fat.
That's Aiden.
I know. Some people would just call me fat. Right
He's
to my
not
face
calling you.
instead of saying
Your
wide.
camera makes you wide. Like it's you're stretched
How
res
dare
right now.
you? Hi, Aiden.
Hi, Aiden.
Call you fat. I was pointing out the fact that your camera is wide as hell, bro.
I know.
Okay,
I need a better camera.
I sleep.
Okay.
Okay, good night.
Nah, your camera's good. You need better
Oh.
lighting, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Yeah, I need way better lighting.
We also missed out on one of the most legendary jokes that
Oh.
came about in the first day of the trip.
What?
Okay, so we were in the Airbnb settling down, and when I was in my room, it was me, Dino, Squeak, and Nep was in the room. Or no, it was Rose in the room.
It was. I think it was
And
all the girls.
all the
girlies.
girls were in like my room, in what was Squeak, Dino's, and I's room, and we were sitting together, like talking, discussing plans for the next day. And when we turn around, we just see in the doorway, we see PK like looking at us, and Rose was just like, Rose goes, well, bro, why are you just standing there? Why are you just standing there?
The context is that I came up to the door. I was standing there for no less than 2 seconds, and I was gonna ask, "Hey guys, what's on the Chili's menu?" Because we were going to Chili's that night for dinner, and I've never been. And they were actively looking at the menu on their phone. So I was like, "Okay, how about we have some togetherness? How about I go in and ask them, hey, what's on the menu?' and look at it with them." I walk in, not even 2 seconds of standing in the door. Why are you just standing there? To ask you a question. What's so wrong with that? What did I do?
It's good. I think. Oh, I remember what she said. She was like, "Dude, you have your own phone. Look at the menu yourself." And you're like, "I don't want to do that."
Everyone was actively passing around the menu as I came in. What's so wrong with wanting to be together with my group on the first day of our trip?
Why are you just standing there?
Everybody be hating on me. They don't understand me. They don't
Just
understand.
standing there.
Why is he just standing there?
So it became a huge like meme throughout the trip. It was just like anytime that like it was mostly PK because okay, granted the first time was a little unwarranted, but I swear to God, throughout like the entire trip, anytime you wanted to like ask something, you would just stand in the doorway, quiet, just like waiting.
Because I didn't want to interrupt the conversation. I was trying not to be rude.
I know, but you could just knock and say, "Excuse me." Like you just sat there.
I might have to close your stream because this entire time that we've been doing this, I keep looking over that Subway Surfers gif. Like I've genuinely been staring at it.
Yeah, close my stream. It's okay, man. It's okay.
Go. I'm back. But yeah, some of the bits were at my expense on this trip.
It was funny. It was a little funny. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, comedy at the expense of my heart.
Okay, there were bits that did not include you. Okay.
There was a bit that included all the girls, and that was hilarious.
The towels.
Okay. Okay, so this would be the 4th day at this point. It's Universal Day. So 2 days
Yeah.
after Disney. This would be the 4th day. This is Boys Girls Day. We're kind of jumping a little bit ahead, but this is Boys Girls Day. We'll get to the previous day. We'll get to the VidCon day later. We do a Boys Girls Day. All the girls go do their thing, all the boys do their thing. And the boys made a last-minute decision the night before to go to Universal Studios with Squeak's pass. And so the girls, you guys all went shopping, right?
Yeah, we went shopping for like 6 hours. We were out at different malls, which also
while
has
we were
its
at
own story.
Universal.
But I'll let PK do his piece on Universal, and then I'll talk about the mall later.
So we went to Universal. I ended up buying matching shirts for me and Honey because Honey likes Fallout. And while we were at Universal, we decided we ended up wanting to go to the beach that night because, well,
Lucas absolutely devastated at the fact that we went shopping for 6 hours.
No.
He's like, shopping for 6 hours.
we here's how it actually happened is that at the end of the Universal trip, we were given a call by Rose saying that that people had unanimously decided that they wanted to move our Cheesecake Factory dinner night, which was supposed to be that night. Or wait, no. Was that the beach day night? And it got...
It was beach day. It was supposed to be like sunset at the beach, and we ended up moving it because you guys were stuck in traffic for 2 hours,
Okay, yeah.
and
So
the girls were like all tired too.
it was supposed to be beach day night, and we ended up moving it to the next day, and the next day was supposed to be our dinner night, so we moved that day all the way to Monday. So while we're at Universal, this would be Sunday? No.
No, it was.
Gotta get our shit
I think it was
together.
Friday.
It was Friday, you're right. Yeah, it was Friday, you're right. So Friday we're at Universal. Universal ends, we're heading home. It was an hour to get there. It was 2 hours to get back because of traffic. So we are supposed to go to the beach and do the sunset that night, and we're all supposed to meet up at the beach. So we end up calling the girls, and they say, hey, we're going to move the beach. Let's just move the beach night to another night. And we're like, okay. Us boys, we ask, hey, do we have any beach towels at the house? At the Airbnb. Does the Airbnb have any beach towels? And we are met with no answer. So we ask, because we're pretty sure it doesn't. We ask, hey, Rose, can you girlies, since you're out shopping and we're stuck in traffic, can you guys go out and buy us beach towels? In which we are met with the answer, and I quote, fuck no. In those words.
That was Rose. Okay,
And,
that had
and then,
nothing to do with
and
that.
then she hung up. And we were looking at each other. We were like, I don't think we were asking too much. I really don't think we were asking that much. So, as we're heading home in this traffic, we're texting and we're like, hey, we're going to pick up beach towels, but we want to know, do we have any beach towels at home first? In which we are met with silence again. Like, just... because we first originally texted, hey, would it be cool if you guys picked up beach towels? We'd really appreciate it. And then we weren't given really a real answer. And then I asked the question. I was like, hey, do we have beach towels at home, or are they just normal towels? Which was also met with no answer. So then we call the girls again. By this point, I believe you're all at the house. And we ask, hey, do we have beach towels or normal towels? and we kept getting inconsistent answers. The answer that we kept being given was, we have towels, not whether they were beach or normal towels, which is what we were asking. What kind of towel? And then we were met with the answer, they're the same thing. No. We all did not want to put sand up our butts after taking a shower, because we used our shower towels as a beach towel. So we kept asking, we were like, hey, is it beach towels or is it normal towels? And after a little bit of arguing and a little bit of tension between the boys and the girls, we eventually came to a reasoning of the girls saying, yes, we have beach towels at the house. And we're like, okay. And then the tension, we end the call, there was still tension, but like we ended it there. We got our clear answer. But something didn't feel right. We boys decided to look at each other and say, hey, you know, what if there isn't towels? And this, mind you, this whole day we're at Universal, we had a really fun time doing like minion themed stuff, and we kept this bit going where we kept saying bellow and just doing minion talking like minions would. And we decided, we made our own little boys group chat for Universal Day, and we made it minion themed, like the funny minion bit. So when we were in the car and we heard that we had towels, but we weren't really sure that we actually had beach towels, we said, hey, if we go home and there are no beach towels in the Airbnb, and they just lied and it just wasn't true, then we will text in the group chat. Someone will text in the group chat, bellow. Code bellow. That was the code word. After sitting in 2 hours of traffic, we get home, and I go in. I have forgotten about the towels at this point because everyone was kind of tense with each other, and people were trying to like apologize to each other and kind of like relieve that tension. I went to my room. Me, Mustard, and Gav, we all went to our room because we were sharing a room together. I was sharing a bunk bed with Gav. And we go, and not even like 10 minutes later, I see a squeak in the hallway checking the closets. And at first I'm confused because I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't like locked in. Like a minute later, David walks back to the room, and Squeak walks back to the room and goes to lay down. And I see on our phone a text that says bellow. There were no beach towels in the house at all. And when we could have gone and picked some up because everyone else refused, we didn't because we wanted to trust the girls' words, even though we knew there was no beach towels in the house. We had an inkling of hope that maybe there were, and that we just missed them. No, there were none. And Carson Neptune comes running through the hall and bursts into our room, and he closes the door behind him. He says, guys, check your phones. And he is trying not to laugh so hard because the girls are in the living room watching like a movie or a show or something, and we weren't trying to like keep the tension going or create any like drama or anything. So he says, guys, check your phone. And it said bellow. What we also agreed is that if code bellow was said, we'd all hop up in the car immediately and drive and just go buy towels. But at that point, we were all so tired of everything that we didn't, and we stayed home. And the next day, which is what our beach day was pushed to, we had another code bellow in chat. We all got in the car, drove, bought towels, and came back.
So here's the girls' perspective. So we were at the malls and shopping centers throughout the entire day, basically, and we weren't home. But Shablingo had said, like, we have beach towels. I know we have beach towels because I checked the closet and they're beach towels. They're on like the second to bottom shelf of the closet. And I was like, okay, Shab says there's beach towels. Must be beach towels. So we start getting messages from you guys while we're like walking around in the mall, super overstimulated because there's like a bunch of shit going on. There's so many people. There's so many people in this mall. I've never seen a mall this busy in like a while. So like we see, hey, are there beach towels? Like, do we have any beach towels? And Shab, I think it was Shab. I don't know who it was. Um, oh wait, no, because you guys said, can you buy beach towels?
Yeah, we called Rose and we were like, hey, could you guys pick up some beach towels for our beach day?
And then she said, fuck no, because we were under the assumption we have beach towels at home. And so we're like, okay, we have beach towels at home. We're not gonna buy beach towels. It's a waste of money. So we're out for a while longer, and then they call again, and they're like, "Are you sure we have beach towels?" And I don't know why this happened, but the girls were saying just we have towels,
Yeah, they
and
weren't
and
being like
they weren't
clear.
saying beach towels. They weren't being clear that we had beach towels, which we didn't, but we didn't know that at the time.
I think what made it worse was that I think at one point it was Dino who said they're the same thing, which just
Yeah, that
started
made
a
it so
whole
much
nother
worse.
thing.
Made it so much worse because that's just not true. Dido was like, towel, beach towel, same thing. You dry yourself off with it. And I'm like, oh god, okay. All right. Okay. So the boys are stuck in traffic for like 2 hours. And they call again while we're at home getting ready for a plan we had in motion, which was um it was we were going to watch Twilight and then drink wine together with charcuterie. Like, white
The
women.
frozen wine.
The frozen wine that you guys put in the freezer when we told you not to
You
put it in the
guys,
freezer.
wasn't me.
Okay,
I don't know.
somebody
who put
did.
it.
I don't know who it
Somebody
was.
did. I don't know who.
Somebody did, and I know it was a man because none of the girls did it.
I have a suspicion it might be Rose because she was the one who wanted the wine so much.
No, she was like, "Don't put it in the
Okay.
freezer. It will freeze and explode." And so we were pissed about that already. And then they call Dino because they had already called Rose. Rose said, "Fuck no, we're not getting more towels." We're at home, and they call Dino and are like, "Hey, do we have any beach towels?" Because at this point, they still only have the information that we have towels, and that's it. And so, and Dino's like, "Yeah, we have beach towels. Shab said we have beach towels." And but like before that, she can even like get that out, like say Shab said we have beach towels. Carson's like, "Nah, nah, nah. I want to know that we have beach towels, not just towels." And she's like, "No, I'm trying to tell you that we have." And then he cuts her off again and is like, "Do we have beach towels or not?" And she's like, "I'm trying to tell you that no, do we have beach towels?" And at some point, I don't know what ticked it off. Nep hangs up the phone mid discussion.
I don't know why he did
I don't
that.
know why he did that. I don't know why he did
I was
that.
there in the car with him, and I don't know why he did that.
I don't know why he did that. But it set off all of us. So I said, fuck them calling us. I'm calling them. And I called David. And I was like, and I called them up, and
This is
I
where
heard
I do
Nep.
not shine. This is where I do not shine.
No, you did not, because the atmosphere was already like really tense, and everybody was yelling already. And I think it was either you or Nep or the combination of both who were like, "Do we have damn beach towels or
No,
not?" To me,
I believe that was Nep, and then we heard we have towels again, and we were like, oh my god, we just want to know if they're beach towels or normal towels. So I think I started screaming. I was like, okay, you just gotta let us know if they're beach towels or normal towels. It's not that damn hard.
and this is where I lose my mind. I've never screamed at people like how I screamed at them, and I am so sorry again because I was no. But I like started yelling like, we have fucking beach towels. Dino would have told you that if you fucking listen, you dumbasses. And I hung up.
I mean, frankly, I couldn't hear anything over Nep like interrupting people either. Like, so I didn't know that was said either. So I was still under the assumption that people just kept feeding us the information of we have towels and not
Yeah.
specifying whether they were beach or not. And I was starting to get a little like overstimulated and fed up because everyone in our car was squabbling about it. And we were like, we don't think it's that much to ask. And we just want to know if they're beach towels. Like, yeah, guys, but also like calm down. I didn't say that though. So when you called us, I was like, I want this to be done. I want this to be over. And I started
And
yelling.
it just got worse. It just got worse.
I yelled a little bit for like kind of a funny bit, but it wasn't funny. It didn't work. It wasn't funny. And it just made everyone just more mad.
But suffice to say, we ended up not having beach towels, and it made I swear to God, it made Shablingo feel like she was going fucking crazy because I think what confused her the most was on the second to bottom shelf was that there was a blanket that looked like a beach towel because it had stripes on it, and she thought that there was a whole shelf of those things.
That was it?
I think so. I don't know for sure. I can't say for certain because it was so confusing. But I think that's what happened. Because I have no other explanation. Because there was no other towels in there other than regular ones.
That's what we thought. We had looked and we're like, okay, we're pretty sure there aren't beach towels, and they keep saying that there are towels and not specifying. And then finally you guys said that we had beach towels. We were like, we still don't think there's beach towels, but we're gonna listen to them. And there wasn't any beach towels.
Plot twist for code below to work. The boys swapped out the beach towels for blankets.
It was all a setup. How could we have set that up? We were at Universal all day.
Because we didn't check. We didn't check the towels until the day of going to the beach.
Yeah. I don't know why. We didn't think about it until our drive back through traffic. I was like, hey guys, do we have any towels? Should we pick up towels on the way home? And that's what sparked the conversation of, oh, we should ask the girls if they can because we're in traffic and they're out shopping.
Yeah. It was just
so many uncalled for actions by everyone. Many people. Many of people.
It was a just perfect case study of miscommunication at its finest, and it just completely it was
to the ground.
It was a stressful day, but by the nighttime, I think everybody was chilled out, and we were able to get along for the rest of the trip.
Yeah, no, we
didn't.
I think during our trip, I love everyone to death, and I genuinely did not want to leave because I'm just gonna get this out of the way now. I'm back home, and when I came back home. I started calling up my friends like, "Hey, I'm home. Yada yada yada. I got in safe." Every conversation felt so dull. Not even the people. Like, it's not an insult against the people or any of my friends. It's just that I spent an entire week living in a house with people who I instantly clicked with, and that was the first time we ever met in person, ever.
Mm-hmm.
And I also was at conventions in places in California with people who were also like-minded people who I clicked with almost instantly, or at least I thought I would. And then I had to come back home to all my friends who I've known for ages, but we don't really click as much as I did with you guys, and all of them are moving out to go to college next month, and I'm going to be in this town living with my mom alone. And I got to be honest, that little taste that I got from being in California, I spread my wings a bit. I'm ready to fly. I'm ready to fly. I'm ready to move out of my house. I'm not in a position where I can, though. Like, I don't have a full-time job that's like a great job where I can move, but I definitely want to at some point, because I want to be next to those like-minded people who I could get along with way better than I do anybody here, and I want to just get out of this state. I want something new.
Yeah, I'd definitely say besides this, like the little moments of like stress of
I
like
think we all
planning.
drove each other
And
crazy at some points.
oh,
but
we did.
also,
Oh,
but also
100%.
we loved each other so much, and we had connected so instantly, and loved that trip so much that it never lasted long. Like we could totally. I don't think we could ever live in a big house together. I totally think I could be a roommate with like one or two people on that trip. But like I know we could never live in a house together. But the trip that we were on, I thought it was amazing. I think we were all bound to at least annoy each other or overstimulate each other just a little bit. And it wasn't
Yeah.
as bad as I thought.
I think besides those like little moments, they weren't significant enough for like to ruin anything. Like everybody still got along, and
Yeah.
everything was still really fun. Um, and on top of it, like, granted, I don't think the nine of us, like you said, the nine of us like being together in a house, that's not a practical living situation,
Yeah, no.
obviously.
But for that week,
But
it was so fun. Like we totally couldn't live
mm,
together long term, but like for that week, it was so great to meet everybody. Um, it, I think a big regret I had though is that on the second to last day, the night before we left, I was having some wishy-washy feelings about some dumb stuff, and Honey actually was sweet enough to offer to like have a talk. And when we went home after we got our dinner in our cheesecake factory, we went home and we sat down and we had just got into the conversation before everyone started piling out the door with their cheesecake, and we all sat outside and we never got to continue our conversation for the rest of the night because I was too scared to I didn't want to bother you after that because you guys started watching a movie and you had us go and run out and get snacks and that other thing. I didn't want to bother you after that, so I kind of sat in bed and I sulked because I needed someone to talk to, but I was too scared to bother you. And that's what I regret, is sitting there and kind of just like sulking, is because I didn't get to enjoy those last few hours the night before with you guys. Because the next morning, only like half the people woke up, or well, there was two that didn't wake up because their flight wasn't till later, which I understand. And then everybody else was pretty much a rushed goodbye because we had to get to the airport like fast. We were early morning flights, and I almost didn't make it to my flight. I made it to my flight with like 2 minutes to spare.
yeah, I mean, I would say that though, at least the both of us got a good goodbye, I think.
Yeah. What was really hard about that is that so Honey and I like started becoming real close friends before we went on this trip, just suddenly. Like the last week or two before we came on this trip, we started hanging out cuz everyone would go to bed for work or school the next morning cuz people were in college, but I graduated. This is my summer and I have a part-time job, not a full-time job. So like at late nights when Honeycrisp is 3 hours behind and I have nothing to do the next day, we just stay up and play games and watch shows. We
Demon
binged
Slayer.
all of Demon Slayer together in like that 2 week span, like
Yeah.
2 to 3. But we
And
just
then
became
watched it IRL on the
IRL. We
on
watched the
TV.
finale IRL right before. Well, now we gotta wait for the movies.
Yeah.
But we just became really close, and when we went on our trip, we became even closer because Honey was the first person I actually like saw. Everyone in that airport was a blur to me. I didn't care about anyone in that airport when I got off the plane. I was like, oh, new place, I'm excited. But I knew nobody. When I came down that escalator, Honey's face was the first one that actually came into focus. It was the first face I actually saw. The first person who was there to greet me. And the first person I gave a hug to. Like, immediate. It was like right off the bat. We gave each other a hug. So,
Yeah.
we became really close over the trip, too. And to be honest, Honey feels like a sister to me. And that's why at the end of the trip, when we were getting in the car to leave to go to the airport, Honey was staying at the house and not going with us. And I gave her a last hug. I did not want to break off that hug, dude. I did not want to let go at all. Like, at all. I did not want to let go. And I literally said, I was like, I don't want to leave. I don't want to go out. This is my home. I don't want to go home. And it was, hi, Mustard.
Hello.
We're
It was
on
very
stream.
sweet. We are on stream.
Oh,
I'm
I
talking
know.
about the we're talking about the goodbye that
The goodbye at the end that
that
broke my
that
fucking
PK
heart.
had.
Oh, I
Dude,
didn't
I
want to
I
go.
felt it was really like the feeling was mutual because when I went to go and pick you up from the airport the first day, um I was under the impression that Squeak was gonna be there at the same around the same time, but he ended up not
It's
being
not.
because he
He
left his
waited for us at the
toiletry bag.
cafe.
Well,
Oh,
because he was late because he left his toiletry bag at home and he had to go back for it.
Oh, I
And
didn't
so
know that.
yeah, so he was on his
Oh.
way and he was like maybe like 5 minutes behind me. He was like on his way and then he just had to go back.
Hmm.
It was really unfortunate. And so I was like, it's okay. I'm going. I'm gonna be there on time and I'm gonna be the first person to pick up PK. Like I'm gonna be there.
Hmm.
And when I was waiting for you, I wasn't sure what section of the airport you were going to be coming out from because there
Yeah.
was a pair of escalators and then there was a doorway next to the baggage claim and I was like just checking both over and over. I was there for maybe like 40 minutes like just waiting. And then I finally see your stupid ass Dr. Pepper shirt coming down the escalator.
Do you mean my drip? My fire
Your
drip?
your
my Dr.
fire
Drip.
drip. Your
That
fire drip
shirt.
came
It
down.
was my lazy shirt. It was my lazy outfit because I had just had to get on a plane and I didn't want to look all nice and dressed for the first day.
No, it was I'm just messing, but it was perfect. It was perfect because
You
I could
spotted me
like
right away.
I spotted you immediately as you were coming down and I recorded it too.
Mm-hmm.
Um but I like saw you and then I like went up to you and you just asked, "Can I give you a hug?" And I was like, "Yeah, man, come here." And I just like gave you the biggest hug I've ever given.
Mm-hmm.
Then it like over the course of that trip, we definitely like bonded a lot more than we had previously. And when I like was prepping things for like getting ready to leave and um like we were all packing the night before, it was like that moment I was starting to realize like, oh, this is
These
like
guys
the
are
final day that I
leaving
see people.
tomorrow.
Yeah, like this is the last day that I like actually see people and I'm not going to see them again for a long time.
Yeah.
And like
And
when
maybe
you
it
were
may not for another year, maybe two.
yeah, because we that was a lot of money. um and so like realizing that and like going to bed and waking up to like say goodbye to them, like it was hard
It
to
sucked.
it sucked so
Sucked.
bad to say goodbye to you, Mustard, Gav, and Rose. Um, and like I remember like when we were hugging, you were crying,
I was
and
crying. I tried
you
so
were
hard not to, but
I
I
know you
just
were trying
couldn't.
hard not to. And after you guys left, I was sobbing in bed a little bit, like I was really depressed about it.
Yeah. I think the thing with me is that like so I actually messaged this to Honey cuz so I have 6 siblings and all of them our age gap keeps us apart. They're all like in their late 20s, early 30s and I'm like sitting here at 18. So when I was a very little kid, they were in high school, but we weren't on the same level where my brothers could be like my best friends. It was just hard. Um, so my brothers and my sister. So for the first time in like my sister's even older actually, but for like the first time in forever, I like found someone that I almost instantly clicked with. We bonded so fast, and Honey does feel like a sister to me. And on that trip, especially because we were there in person with each other, which is what made it so hard because I've always wanted to have a sibling that could also be my best friend. It was in my age range, someone that because all of our music taste is similar. Like I would queue up a song, and Honey's like, "Oh my god, I know this song." It was bad, literally the whole trip, every single day, and we would like sometimes like say the same things at the same time, or like make the same reaction noise or something. Like we would do the same stuff. It was like we were twins, and I made a joke that we were twins, and that's when I realized that Honey felt like such a sister to me, and oh, that's why it was so hard because I have been waiting to find someone my whole life that is like a sister to me, or a brother to me, or a sibling to me, who was in my age range, who I instantly clicked with, and I could just go back and forth with, like, all day long. And a void had been filled in my heart, and to have to leave that, oh my god, it was literally like torture. Like, I cried on the plane too. Like, it was horrible.
Yeah, it's been like I feel since yesterday I feel kind of like dull. Like I don't know,
Same.
like
I
things
gotta
aren't like as fresh.
I gotta be so honest. Like, for the longest time I lived in this town, and like I've had the same friends who I click with somewhat, but just not as much as you guys. And I've had the same shitty part-time job for like over a year, and I did school for so many years, and I was doing all these academic honors classes, and I was getting burned out of school. And for the longest time I was just okay with it all, and I just rode the wave instead of like actually asking myself what I wanted. And I stopped doing content because I had lost my vision and I had lost my passion. And then now that, because we went on that trip, ever since we've been back, nobody I talk to, nobody's conversation holds the same weight, except for like my mom and dad. Nobody's conversations hold the same weight. I can't be as engaged in conversations with people. I don't laugh as hard and as much as I did with you guys. I hate my job. I don't want to live in with my mom forever. I love my mom, but I don't want to be even though I'm only 18, I still got a little bit more wiggle room until I actually can move out. But I want to move out as soon as I can. Like, I would love to move to a warm weather state like California. It checked off literally all my boxes except for expensive cost of living. Yeah,
Dude, Cyrus just came into my chat and said, "You." Was that a bad time? No, you're fine. It's
No,
okay.
no,
We were
you're
just
okay.
we were talking about like the emotional pull that this trip had. Like it was genuinely just so good. It was such a
Yeah.
great experience, and I would 100% do it again. I just, oh my heart, my heart.
Yeah.
Mustard, mustard. You want to talk about your side of the
Mustard,
thing?
how was your experience with California?
What part?
All of it.
Bello.
We're gonna be here for hours, bro.
Bello.
It was all right. It was all right. It was pretty cool.
I like
Pretty cool. I liked it.
minions.
Yeah, I liked it. Bellow type shit.
I like how like me and PK like pouring our heart out here, and then
Yeah, it was pretty good.
and Mustard's like, yeah, it was pretty good. It was
Yeah,
alright.
I think the whole trip can be summed up by just saying bellow type shit. Like honestly,
That's so real.
all of the moments, good and bad.
Oh my god.
All
You
of
know-
the heart and the soul.
You know what
bellow type
image I
shit.
need to make for our and I make it in an emote in that server? Mustard. I need to get the image of Megamind where his face is up close to the camera and he's making a sad face and says, "No towels,
No, it's
no beach towels,
no beach, no bellow,
no beach towels."
no beach towel.
We did explain that whole story, by the way.
Yeah.
That's another
Yeah.
thing we have to explain.
What?
Baskin Robbins.
Dude, okay, hold on. I can explain this one. Oh my god. So, here's the deal, right? So first day we land, literally the first day we land, right? We go to Chili's, and by the time everyone's done, you know, we're all paying our checks and whatnot. I look at Carson, and I go, dude, I need something sweet in my system now. Like
I immediately
I've
agreed with you after you
I've
said
eaten
that. I chimed
nothing-
in.
Like, we got Shake Shack and Chili's. We have gotten nothing but, like, savory and salty. Like, I could have gotten a milkshake, but I didn't. So, like, I had nothing sweet in my system. Yeah, and, like, so I'm sitting there, I'm, like, dying. I'm like, I need, like, just, like, something small.
I need a sweet treat.
And then eventually he's like, well, there's a Baskin Robbins about 2 miles from here. And childlike joy fills my eyes. So we look at Squeaky's like, no. We're like, please. And he's like, no. And then after a little bit more of saying please and no, eventually
cracked.
he says yes. He cracked under
cracked.
pressure. So, we're all now that we're all like getting up, we're all getting ready to go to Baskin Robbins. Might I add, it was about 9:20, I think, once we left. It closed at 10. So,
Poor worker.
yeah, we'll never
It
see
was
him again.
one.
It's fine. One, no, two. It was 2 workers.
No, the first one we went to, there was only one.
No. The first one there was 2. The second one there was one behind the counter and one cleaning the front. And then the third time, did we go a third time?
You did.
Yeah, we went at least
Yeah.
3.
I think the third time there was just 2 people as well. But either way, point being, we
went to,
leave,
like,
we
2
get
or
there.
3 different Baskin Robbins throughout this trip.
We went to 3 completely separate Baskin Robbins the entire time.
So they wouldn't know who we were.
But yeah, we get there. We get to the Baskin Robbins, and I think we all went. So there was 9 of us walking into that Baskin Robbins at 9:35 at night. and you know these poor workers are like they were just closing up too. Like they had like the covers and all the ice creams and whatnot. And we're all walking like, let me get an ice cream. So we all order. We all order. We all get our ice cream. We're living our best lives. I am overjoyed. I am living in luxury. So, as we mentioned before, we went to 3 different ones. This became a consistent thing we would do, where specifically at late hours of the night, before 10 p.m., like
We
sometime
would
between
crave
9
ice
and
cream.
9:30. Not even that we would crave, we would just we would message the group chat, say
Request.
bellow, and then the guys would just leave and get get
That was
ice
our
cream.
code word the whole trip was bellow, and that means guys, get in the car, we're going somewhere.
Like, or not even. It would just mean like, guys, something happened.
It was the warning call.
He beckoned us.
Why am I getting Taco Bell advertisement on your shit, PK?
I ain't sponsored.
Well, apparently you are.
It's because the Baja Blast. It's because the Baja Blast must have.
The Baja Destroyer.
Wait, I gotta tell them. I gotta
Wait, do they know about the
Explain
Triple
that
Dipper?
one.
The Triple Dipper? Dude. Oh, okay.
Okay, Baja Blast.
There's a
and
few.
Triple
There's a
Dipper.
few things. First we're doing Baja Blast. So there was one night where Shablingo was in pain, in like her foot was like in pain.
Her ankle
And
was
she-
crying.
I think her ankle was fucked up. I don't know what happened, but it was fucked up. And
Well,
Neptune
what
being
did
the
we
good
do that day?
I don't remember. I
Might have
honestly
been
don't
Boys
remember.
Girls Day. No, because we didn't.
No,
go
it wasn't
out.
Boys Girls Day. I think it was
Was it-
beach.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, it was beach day.
I think it was beach. And when she got home, she was like, my ankle hurts so bad. Like I feel so much pain and I don't know what to do. Can you get me an ankle brace? And Neptune, being the good boyfriend that he is like, yes, my sweet, I will get you an ankle brace. And it was like 12:30, like a.m., like midnight. And so he's like, okay, I'm gonna go get you an ankle brace. What's open right now? And like he goes and looks and like he's like, okay, CVS is open. So he takes the boys out, I think. Or was it all of you? Or was
No,
it just
It was just him and Squeak.
okay. That probably, yeah, that makes sense. So it was just him and Squeak going out to go to the CVS so that they could go and get this ankle brace. And when they're going in, there's this like really like this middle-aged crusty man who's going up to the counter and he's buying a fucking Plan B at 12:30 in the evening. And they're like looking and they're like, why is this dude buying a Plan B right now? What the fuck is happening? And so they're like looking at this shit happen in front of them and like, okay, whatever. And they go and like they get the ankle brace. They start to leave and they see this like I think 19-year-old guy coming out of the CVS with with another Plan B and a Baja Blast to wash it down for his girlfriend.
Dude, oh my god.
And it's like, how many people got to be getting Plan B at 12:30? Why are there so many people getting Plan B? And why did this guy think it was a good idea to bring back this fucking Plan B to his girlfriend and with a Baja Blast to wash it down?
It's a combo. It's like Doritos and Mountain Dew. It's a combo. Mountain Baja Blast and Plan B.
This is not a combo.
Ugh.
This is not the combo that you want.
It's to wash it down.
And he was saying that like his girlfriend was like there and just like looked at him with the most disappointed look on her face, like the most like I cannot give a shit right now look on her face.
Yeah, she can't give a shit right now. They might have a child.
Well, not with the Baja
Oh.
Blast, bro. Not with the Baja
Never.
Blast.
Never, never, never.
So I also think that they almost got mugged.
Huh.
There
Yeah.
there was
That CVS specifically, yes.
at
I
that
heard about it.
CVS, because they saw the guy with his Plan B and Baja Blast, and Nep said like out loud. I don't know exactly what he said, but it was something like along the lines of, like, why are so many people getting these goddamn Plan Bs tonight? What is happening? And he like said it out loud, and there was a guy who was like low key kind of tweaking outside the CVS, and he like reached into his coat to like where there obviously was something like there, like maybe a gun, question mark, and he was like, and you could like they said that they saw him look at them and then like walk towards the CVS, see the security guard, and then walk away. And he was like, I'm pretty sure that guy was sizing it up to rob the place.
Yeah, that
low-key.
was the day that we went to with them. That was like the me, Mustard, Squeak, Net. Was Gav there? I don't think he was.
I think he was asleep that day.
Maybe. But yeah, there was this guy as we were leaving to get in the car, and he walked in, or he kind of walked in. He was hovering. He's kind of checking through the door, and then he saw the security guard. He kind of had his hand, like, right here on his crotch. Like that, too, like he was about to grab a gun. He also looked cracked out. He also just looked like he was from Crackville, USA. That's not stereotyping or trying to be mean. No, you could see it in his face.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious when somebody's like that. Like it's pretty noticeable.
Yeah.
But I just remember him saying how like they revisited that CVS the next night and with like you guys, and was like, and they like said out loud like, I gotta get my Plan B and my Baja Blast.
Mm-hmm. And somebody looked right at Nep as he said that, as we were
Yeah.
walking in the door.
Dude, he was like pissed off for some reason. I don't understand why. He was like
Nep?
super upset about. No, the guy that like was like
Oh,
staring
yeah.
him down. He was like pissed off.
I don't know. People are weird.
Bro did not like the Baja Blast. Bro
Mm-mm.
does not like Baja Blast at all, apparently.
You know what we should talk about is the actual VidCon days.
Yeah.
Since
Yeah.
you two were there for the first day. So VidCon happened Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Me and Gav went Thursday and Saturday. Me, Gav, Honey, and Mustard went just Thursday. So these two only were there for the Thursday day, the first day. All four of us roll up. We're dripped out. We get our badges. And I am going to mention this. I'm going to do this. So after we get our registration done and we get our badges, I had to pee. I had to pee really bad. So right down the hall on that first floor of Hall E was a bathroom all the way down on the other end. You had to go through this little hallway to get to it. So as I'm going through this little hallway, going to the bathroom, I noticed a group of people pass me. And so I've never been to a convention before. I've sure as hell never been to VidCon. I've always wanted to. I've dreamed of it for like 4 years, and I finally made it. But I didn't really understand what that really meant. because I didn't really think I'd bump into any big creators just naturally on the hall floor, let alone not even up to the hall floor yet. We just got out of registration. So I'm walking to the bathroom, I walk past this group, and I see this guy, and we lock eyes, and I'm like, I feel like I know you. I said that in my head. I didn't say this to him. I was like, I feel like I know you. But I don't know you. You're just familiar. As I'm heading to the bathroom, I do a double take, and I realize that was Vex Bolts.
Oh, yeah.
That was the Let Him Cook guy, the unfollow Vex Bolts on September whatever, the guy who does the Fortnite TikTok. That was Vex Bolts.
I didn't
Hey-
know who that was.
Hey yo,
had
can
no
I get an
clue.
autograph?
It's like,
Oh, there go Mutton. It was like, hey yo, can I get an autograph? But yeah, Vex Bolts. We passed Vex Bolts, and that was not what I was expecting. So then we go up to the hall floor. It's all four of us. We kind of go outside. We walk through the gate. The gate to actually get in is outside. There's this big giant long venue outside of like food trucks and photo places and all that stuff. And then you go through those like opening doors on the sides, and then you actually get into the convention. That's a part of the convention. Then you head up. There's like the main outside in front of the doors of the building where the big VidCon sign is, and then you head in, and that's where like the halls are and all that. So we didn't really see anybody outside, did we?
No, there wasn't really many people that were like
Yeah.
outside walking around. It was mainly just in the actual like hall that there were people.
So we went into the hall, and I noticed people right away. I actually noticed people who I don't really talk to anymore. However, one of them I kind of do. I wanted to say hi and meet up with them. Holographic Rosewater, the artist, the thumbnail artist. That's not all they do. They make really cool art, but that's what a lot of people have, like, out of my group. That's what a lot of people knew them for, was the thumbnail art for like Sneak Snag and Rambo and Charlie Slime Skull and all those cool people. Really talented artists. You should totally check them out. But as I'm walking through, we start to try to see if we can meet up with people, because we are not seeing anybody else we notice. First person we meet is Obi Obscurity, which I think Obi is now rebranded to Orange Cat, if I am correct.
Damn, since VidCon?
Since
What the hell? Bro, what's
a whole ass rebrand since VidCon. That's crazy.
been like 5 days?
I think there was actually some serious reasons behind it. So I mean, golf claps, congratulations, great rebrand, beautiful rebrand, amazing rebrand. We also OG days of SMP 64, Meta 64's Minecraft server. I met Ramen Noodles, the
Dude,
Ramen Noodles Minecraft animator of the year.
Dude, oh my god, meeting Ramen was so cool. I
10 out of
loved
10
getting to
experience.
see him. 10 out of 10.
I have never seen Ramen's face. I had no inkling of an idea what Ramen looked like, and we were calling, and I was like, "Where are you?" And he's like, "I'm by the door. I'm with this big group." And when he said by the door, we were by the door. We were at the information desk, right outside or right inside the door. Ramen was over all the way to the left or to the right, like not actually by the door. He was with this big group, and I'm looking around, and I lock eyes with somebody who's on the phone. And as I talk and I hear him talk, I see his lips moving, and I'm like, "That's him!" And we start making our way. Get him! We start making our way over to that group of people, and I got to meet Ramen. It was amazing. I got to meet Sans, Coin Monkey, Awesome Sans, Coin Monkey, Kunzi, Woogie X,
Bro, my goat, Chips Online, bro.
Chips Online.
That's my goat.
There was there was some people that I didn't know, but I wanted to either introduce myself or say hi because I knew of them via my friends and like all mutual friends and talk of friends. Honeydew Melon. I wanted to say hi. I totally forgot to do it. And then the next day I messaged and I friend requested them and I said, "Hey, please forgive me for my sins of not saying hi and forgetting." And they said, "It's okay." And the next day when we went back on Saturday, I actually did say hi to them. And it was kind of awkward. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. I just said, "Hi, I'm the guy who asked you to forgive me for my sins of forgetting to say hi to you on the first day." And it was like an awkward hello and I was like, "Okay. Bye." Bye. Because I don't know this person. I've just heard good things about them. And I think I made it awkward because I friend requested them and messaged them saying, "Oh, I'm sorry I forgot to say hi to you even though you don't know who I am." And then the next day I said, "Oh, hi." I think that ruined it. Ruined any chance of making a new friend. But yeah, we saw a bunch of people and we went around the expo hall. Ooh, I got to show. We went to Artist Alley, and our group is big into Pokemon cards, or at least most of us are. And I got these cards. They're fake. They're like metallic cards.
These cards are actually kind of fucking awesome. I
These are
gotta make your
metallic-
stream bigger.
I know. These are metallic cards where it is a anime character and a Pokemon matched together. I'm going to show them one by one. This one is Lloyd and Ditto, which is awesome.
So cute.
This one is Nanami and Meowth, which is also double awesome. And this one is Frieren and Gimmighoul, which is also awesome. They're really metallic cards, and I use them as like real cards, even though they're not, because I think they're really cool.
I'd love to go to VidCon or TwitchCon someday, but that's so expensive, dude. Come here. Come here.
Who said
Let's
that?
go. Comic Cyrus.
Oh, hi. Yeah, it was so worth it. If you want a motivation boost on doing content, go to VidCon. We'll get through the first day first. So we were going through the first day. We didn't really meet like anybody notable, not as in like view count or number wise.
We met Woogie. Come on.
No. I'm talking about like people that we're not friends with or adjacent friends with who we met. Like we didn't do any meet and greets. We didn't really watch any panels.
We missed AJ, bro. We missed AJ and Big Justice.
We did see somebody. So there was an AJ and Big Justice panel, and we missed it by 15 minutes. Kunzi was able to make it, and there's a picture of Kunzi and AJ and Big Justice, which I actually have on my phone. Hang on. Where's this picture? Focus. Anyways, you can kind of see it. That's Kunzi and AJ and Big Justice at the Boomer Doom panel. Lucky ass man. Anyways, we actually did meet somebody notable. You know who I'm talking about? So you were the one to point it out.
No, I forgot about that. No.
So we were at the con, and we just happened to see a certain individual who has been compared to my Sona quite a many times. We were walking, and Honey points to Mustard and says, "Don't turn around." And of course, Mustard turns around, and there walking behind us is.
Can I explain this?
Yeah, you take it. You take the wheel.
So Mustard was. So there's an industrial section of the VidCon. It's like all the way on the right side of the hall, on the like community floor, and so we were like walking around with Obi, and it was me, Gav, Mustard, Obi, and PK, and Mustard and Obi are facing me, and I'm talking to them, and behind them I just see like this. I see this guy with like these two people next to him walking by, and a security guard, and I was like, that must be somebody important if there's a security guard walking them, right? So I see them walking, and I'm like trying to pay more attention. I'm like, who the fuck is that? That face is familiar. And I realize, oh my god, it's George Not Found walking by. And I'm like, PK didn't notice. Nobody else noticed except for me. And Mustard is facing towards me, so I'm like, hey, Mustard, don't turn around.
Honey,
And he's
Honey
like,
is walking
"Yeah."
backwards while talking to us
Yeah,
while we
I'm
move.
like, I like hands up in the air, walking back. Don't turn around, Mustard. Do not turn around right now. And he was like, "Why? Wait, what's going on?" I'm like, "Just don't turn around right now. There's a freak behind you." And he was like, "What is happening? What are you talking about?" I'm like, "George Not Found is literally walking by right now behind you." And he's like, "Huh?" And he turns around. He's like,
Of course he turns around. You tell him not to turn around. Of course he turns.
"Yeah." So he turns around and he's like, "Oh my god!" And then, because he thought I was joking with him, he thought I was like making a funny and being like stupid. I was being dead serious. The whole man was there, and
The whole
and I was
guy.
like, the whole guy, the whole dude, four limbs and torso and all, he was there, and I was like, "Oh my god, George Not Found's there." Obi hears this and is like, "Dude,
Where?
what if I went up to him and told him that I was his biggest fan and asked to take a picture with him?" And I was like, "Don't do that. Don't do that, bro. It's not worth it. He's a creep. You don't want to be near that man." And he was like, "Nah, I got this." And he scurries off into the direction that George and his posse is going. And we just see him disappear. And we're like, "Oh my god. Bro's about to get like bro's about
Abducted.
Bro's about to get stolen. Bro's gonna get child fucking kidnapped.
Child taken.
Child taken.
Child taken.
And so he runs off, he scurries off. We don't see him for a little bit. He comes back and he's like, "That is the creepiest experience I've ever had with a person. It's like a stranger in my entire life."
Okay, but to be frank, Obi went up and was like, "Hi, I'm your biggest fan," and created this absolutely, in that tone, it created this super awkward moment, and then ran
Well,
and booked
No,
it.
no, because like it. To be fair, he didn't actually say I'm your biggest fan. He's like, "Oh, I'm a big fan of your work and like I love watching you."
He hasn't streamed in ages. He hasn't made anything in
know.
years.
But George just looks at him like,
he was
"Oh,
like,
really?"
Yes, he was taken aback. He was shocked that he still had a fan out there somewhere. In the fray of the whole VidCon, there was someone there.
I mean, I would be too. If I was George, I'd be shocked I still have fans.
If somebody came up to me and asked me to sign something because they knew who I was and it wasn't because of friend or mutual friend, I would be surprised.
Yeah, it was quite the experience. That was the only like person, like content creator, like big content creator that we met that day. That was
Yeah,
it. It was
that
fucking
day.
George
That day.
that day, the only day I was there.
So yeah, we ended up leaving and we went to the mall. We went to Guitar Center, Hot Topic, all that stuff. So now let's get to that second day. So everyone in our house was going to a card show. We all went in the morning. Then me and Gav got
No,
dropped off.
I didn't go.
Or you didn't go. You didn't go.
I had a
You-
wedding to go
You were
to.
at a wedding, like a loser.
Here's my sister's wedding. What do you want me to do?
We went to the card show, and me and Gav got dropped off at the convention center because we did only had 1 day tickets to VidCon, only 1 day tickets, and it was for that Thursday. It was Saturday, last day of VidCon, and we still wanted to at least take pictures with people that we missed. Like, we missed taking pictures with Kunzi, Coin, Sans. We missed pictures with a lot of people. And so we went back. We got dropped off. We were going to Uber home after we took pictures with people outside the convention because we weren't buying another ticket to get in. We meet up with so many people on the outside. Woogie X, Saturn, Scuff Sushi, Clutch, Kiki is online, a bunch of people. We met up with a bunch of people outside the convention hall, and we kept asking each person, because me and Gav were on the literal verge of debating whether we should ditch going to the second card show, ditch going home, and instead stay and buy another ticket for that day. Woogie told us no originally, and then told us yes. So Woogie X, if you don't know, is a chill dude. He's friends with Gav more than he is with me. I'd say that we could be counted as buddies, but I don't really know because that's really awkward to ask somebody, hey, are we friends? Are you my friend?
Me personally, I met the guy the day that I went to VidCon, but I've only talked to him like 2 or 3 times. I'd like to get to know him more, but I don't really know him that
I've
well.
talked to him a handful of times, and I've played Rivals with him, but other than that, I mean, we had one deep conversation together like once, and other than that, I don't really know him well. So I would say that we're at least buddies. So he's friends with Gav. So Woogie eventually told us that we should. After a little bit of persuasion, he actually changed his answer and said that we should buy a ticket. So we did, and we bought a ticket, we went in, and we kind of hung around Woogie. Woogie kind of kept us, like, in his circle, I guess. Like, Gav was hanging out with him. And, also, hi, Liz, hi! Gav was hanging out with him, and I was kind of following them around like a duckling. Not really. Woogie kind of brought us along with him to most places, and that was really nice of him, actually, really chill, because me and Gav were there, just the two of us, nobody in our house was there. We didn't really have anyone to hang around with, except for the group that Woogie was hanging around. And if you don't know, Woogie is on Lifesteal SMP, if you know what that is, and so a lot of his friends are the Lifestealers, or people adjacent, or people who know them. And so we're kind of hanging out. We take pictures with Coin and Sans and Kunzi, all the pictures with people that we missed. I met up with one of my longtime mutuals, your fave Hannah Kate, who I haven't, like, actually spoken to ever. I think we spoke a long, long time ago. We've been mutuals for years at this point, and we never actually talked, and we actually met in person, which was crazy. And I showed her my profile, and she's like, "Oh my god, I do know you," and that was really nice. That was really sweet. So we hung around with Woogie. He kind of dragged us around, very chill of him. So at one point, we are outside of the main hall, outside of where everything's going on, and we're kind of in this little hallway area where the stairs up go and the door out goes. And we're in this big group talking. A bunch of Lifestealers there. There's a bunch of some of my friends there. Me and Gav are there. Woogie's there. I gotta mention, me and Gav bonded originally over our love for SMP Live, which is a server that happened back when we were in middle school, a Minecraft server. The Minecraft server of Minecraft servers, arguably the start of the whole SMP era. And there was a certain individual who was on that server. Sneak Snag. So, we're at the convention, and I see Sneak walk past. And he's got a cup of coffee in his hand. He's walking. He looks like he's got somewhere to go. I don't want to bother him. I want to ask for a picture, but I don't want to bother him. So I don't. I instead look at him, and I wave. We lock eyes. He smiles. He waves back. He curves. He curves. He curves? Why is he curving? Where is he going now? He walks over to our group. And little did I know, Sneak is actually friends with the Lifestealers. A lot of them. I had no clue until this moment. So Sneak comes in, he has conversation, he's talking with people who are his friends. Now I'm in a new predicament. At first, he was walking, he had a cup of coffee, he had somewhere to go. I didn't want to bother him. Now, he is in the group of people that I am currently hanging out with. And he's talking to people who are his friends. I don't want to bother him even more. He's trying to have a good, chill time and talk to his friends. I don't want to bother him even more than I did before. However, this entire time I was like, I know my middle school self would hate me if I didn't grab a picture. So I end up, he kind of gets distracted. He starts talking to Prince Zam. I kind of ask him, like, Kunzi, Sans, should I ask for a picture? Like,
Hi, Lulu. Hi. Sorry.
I am trying not to act like a fan, but that's hard because I am a fan. But this dude is just trying to chill and have a good time with his friends. They eventually tell me, they're like, yeah, you should ask for a picture. So I did. And we had this funny little bit, like, actually, he was like, actually, I had a queue of 67 people to take photos with, and you're number 68, so... And then he was like, yeah, no, get in here, we'll take a picture. And he was super chill. So I got that picture with him. I'll pull that up. I actually really like the picture. He's like, yeah, I bet you're going to post that too, huh? Wow. And I was like, yeah, I'm so sorry, Mr. Sneak. I'm so sorry I ever asked you for a picture. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. And I did post that picture. Me and Mr. Snag. Me and Mr. Snag. It's a great picture. I love it a lot. But yeah, he stayed in that group. He kept talking with people, and I had a little bit of a slight conversation with him, a little back and forth, and that was awesome. Like, I think the greatest part about VidCon and hanging around a group of like people who I won't even lie, wasn't why I was hanging out with them, but they are some popular creators. Like, Lifesteal people are a pretty big deal. They had their own panel at VidCon and everything. It was a big deal.
They had their I did not know this.
They had their own panel.
I did not know who Lifesteal was.
The second day while we were at Universal, they had a panel.
What the fuck?
Woogie actually wasn't in the panel, though. He stood off to the side. But some of like the big Lifestealers, like I think Zam, Squiddo, Ashwag, all of them were up there. But yeah, in that second day that we went, on that Saturday, technically the third day of VidCon, while we were like talking in that group and talking with each other, and I like kind of talked with Sneak a little bit, I talked with Zam a little bit, I got to introduce myself to Zam finally. I think the greatest part about VidCon is that because I was hanging out with like a group of bigger creators like that, if I was like in a meet and greet line with Sneak, it would be like, oh, fan and YouTuber interaction. Like, oh, take a picture, sign, all that stuff. The interaction we have was I took a picture because I was a fan, but he was hanging out in that general group, and we were kind of having like a mutual conversation with everyone in that circle. So instead of a fan and YouTuber interaction, it was normal dude and normal dude interaction, which was awesome. Instead of just seeing Sneak as the awesome YouTuber that I really like, I got to see him as just a normal dude trying to hang out with his friends and have a good time and have a good conversation. That was awesome. Like, I think I didn't go to his meet and greet line or anything, so I think I'm 10 times more satisfied with just having a casual conversation with the dude instead of, like, standing in his meet and greet line and getting a picture and all that. I think I had a better experience just, like, talking to him, like, casually a couple times. But anyways, that's enough about Sneak. I'm starting to sound like a fan once again.
I mean, you were in the 68th in queue, so like...
I was 68th in queue. I did, I kind of stepped over a boundary there. Like, oh, I'm so sorry to ask a photo of you. Committing a sin right now, an atrocity. I'm so sorry, Mr. Sneak. Please don't call your security on me. Yeah, no, he was a really chill dude. It was awesome to like talk to him for a little bit. Speaking of chill dudes, all the Lifestealers were chill too. I didn't like meet all of them. Like I have talked to Ash a couple times, like a year ago, back when I was in like Earthbound SMP. That was a while ago, but like I played Rivals with Zam. I was in Split Apart with Zam, so I finally got to actually formally introduce myself to Zam, and he actually remembered me, which I kind of found funny, because we played Rivals together like twice. He didn't remember that we were in a Split Apart episode together. He only remembered that we played Rivals like twice, which kind of like, okay. That's the one you choose to remember. That's awesome. I'm glad I could be on your team and be a useless squirrel girl. You're welcome. But yeah, I got to meet a bunch of the other life stealers. Dill Pickle, cool dude. Really, I keep using the word chill, but I think chill is the only word that describes this guy. He just kind of fits this. To be honest, he looks like a surfer dude. I'm not even gonna lie to you, and I mean that in the nicest way. He looks like he was born and raised in California. He looks like the perfect embodiment of the vacation kid, the vacation boy. Like he looks like he was made there in a factory, not born, made. Maybe I'm going a little too far with that.
Dude,
but
while I was at VidCon that one day that I was there, honestly, you guys like you especially are more of a like recent creator that like has like more recent like endeavors and SMPs and stuff. So like you're kind of awesome. You're kind of awesome a little bit. And
thank you.
I kind of felt like I was just trailing along and like seeing like, oh yeah, these people I don't know you, but I'm sure you're cool because you're friends with PK. I don't know you.
Yeah, like a lot of my friends there, but like there was also a lot of people who I've never watched Lifesteal, so I'm not a fan of any of these Lifesteal people. I genuinely was just there and meeting these people because Woogie was bringing us around, and it was actually genuinely nice to meet these people, not because they're a part of Lifesteal or any numbers or anything, but because even though I don't know Woogie well, I think I trust Woogie enough to kind of surround himself with some decent people at least. All those life stealers seem like pretty cool people. So it was nice to introduce myself to those guys. I don't know what else to say about that VidCon day. Oh! Me and CoinMonkey and Gavadudes had a side adventure. We ran into this person who was cosplaying the Lorax.
Oh my god, dude, no
and he
way.
had this little tiny tree, like the pink like Thneed tree. He had one of those, and he was crouching down, and he was taking photos with like little kids. Like little kids who were at the convention were coming up and taking a photo with him. He had a whole line. He wasn't even like, he was outside of the hall, and he had a line of people coming up to take a photo with him.
Bro wasn't even a part of the event, dude. Like, he didn't have a panel.
So we went outside, and CoinMonkey grabs a leaf, he runs back inside, he throws it on the ground in front of him, and he stomps on it. He says, "I hate nature, I hate trees." And the Lorax guy starts going, "Get out of here!" Like, actually, it was like a Daniel Larson reaction. It was hilarious. He goes, "Get out of here!" And we ran away, and then later we ran into him again. CoinMonkey had left our group. Me and Gav were walking to leave the convention, and we run into the Lorax guy, and we're like, "Oh my god, wait, can we get a video? Can we get a video? Our friend Coin stepped on a nature in front of you, and we wanted to apologize, but we wanted to hear what you had to say to him." And we said his name was CoinMonkey, but I don't think he heard us quite right, because he said, "Hey monkey, hey cone monkey." He said, "Hey cone monkey, this is what I think of you." And then he did some like gesture or something, I don't know, but like it was bad. It was really bad. It was really bad. Oh, it was rough.
Hey, cone monkey.
Hey, cone monkey. He said, "Hey, monkey, cone monkey." We also ran into somebody cosplaying Perry the Platypus, and they were holding 2 lightsabers, and I had to have a lightsaber duel with them, which we got on video, and I won, and then I passed the lightsaber to Gav. I started recording, and he lost, dude. He was finessing. He was doing the coolest lightsaber spins I've ever seen, and then he dropped the lightsaber, fell to the ground, and just Perry the Platypus came up and was just boom, boom, boom.
That sounds like Gavadoodles, yeah.
He lost. He finessed too hard, so hard that he lost. It was a damn shame. The rest of that
It's
day
literally
was...
it's literally Indiana Jones moment where like there's the guy spinning the sword around and he just shoots him in the face. Like
Yeah. Literally, Perry just had to wait till Gav dropped the lightsaber. But yeah, it was an amazing day. And mind you, the first day we went on Thursday, we were there for like, I don't know how many hours. We were there for like, what, 5 and a half, actually. We got there at like 12. So we were all in a group of 4 for 5.5 hours. Saturday when we went, just me and Gav, we were only there for 3.5 hours. We spent $115 to get another ticket to go in, and it was so worth it. Because we got to introduce ourselves to new people, make new friends, meet mutuals who, like, we had never seen before. We met Sneeg.
yeah, that's pretty awesome.
That is pretty awesome.
I'm personally a little jealous because Sneeg is like I love his content so much.
Feel jealous.
I do. I loved
I
watching
also-
him when
I
he would
also
like
love his
review like when he used to like review JCS criminal psychology videos because he was like a psychology guy. And so I was like as soon as you said we met Sneeg, I was like, bro, why did I buy a ticket?
Fuck. Yeah. I think I've said this one too many times, and I'm kind of like really smudging it in. But again, it was so cool not to have we had like a fan and YouTuber interaction, awesome. And then we just had a normal dude and normal dude interaction, and that was just like 10 times better.
Yeah.
He seems like a really cool guy. All the people in that group we were talking to, like who I had met for the first time ever, also seemed like really chill people.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was a cool interaction.
Oh my god, there was a creator picnic that me and Gav were invited to. We were in the same house. So Gav was sent the invite, and he was supposed to pass it along to me to make sending invites to people easier. That's how they did the invites. It was a creator picnic on the second day that we were there, which is Disney Day. We were at Disney all day. Neither of us checked our phones the entire time we were there, and we never knew we got invited, and we missed it. Dude.
I mean, not that you could have gone anyway because that was Disney Day regardless,
I know,
but like
but,
it
like,
still blows.
What an airball of a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Like, I would have loved to. So our group planned our week very strictly, where we were doing something every day. We had so much going on every day, and we didn't have much leeway to do anything that wasn't with our group. So, like, going to VidCon, there was only 4 of us that one day and then 2 of us the other day. Nobody else in our house wanted to go, had any inkling of an interest in going. Nobody else went. So we never got the opportunity to hang out with any of those people that we met at VidCon outside of the convention, which is something that I really, really wanted to do, but there was just no good time to do it because our group was always busy or out or doing something where it just wasn't convenient. And it was so
I think
sad.
Obi invited us to something at some point, and we just couldn't because we had
parties that we didn't get invited to, which is okay. That's perfectly fine. Except the one that we did get invited to was the creator picnic that we missed. So that was literally our one opportunity to hang out with people outside of the convention on like that big a scale.
Yeah.
I was quite upset because I even though I know most of our group didn't care about VidCon, a big reason I went was because of VidCon. Even though I didn't know if I was going to get a ticket or not, because I was like off the content grind, off the content anything. I had lost my passion, and then coming back from VidCon, the passion is back. It's back.
Not this Now we're in it, brother.
Now we're in it. We're in it to win it. But yeah,
Yeah.
it was so worth going that second day and the first day. I feel like I have a new perspective on life that I lost a long time ago, and now I have my passion back. And oh my god, my goal for next year is to do content, whether it's on my channel, Team Zero, whatever, and then get to a point where next year, when we go, if we go, whatever TwitchCon, VidCon, whatever we do, my goal is to go and spend more time hanging out with people at the convention and outside the convention that isn't the people I'm staying with. Because I would
Yeah.
I'm a very big I want to make new friends person and a very big I want to meet new people person. Not because of
Yeah.
number, not because of size, not because they're a creator or not, but literally going to a convention full of people that you don't know is the greatest way to do that. Whether they're a creator or not, that is the best way to do that. And I want to get to a point content-wise where I have... So the way I see it is that it's not like really about numbers and stuff. Like, you shouldn't judge somebody or see somebody based on their numbers. However, you cannot deny that the numbers are also kind of a gateway. Like,
Yeah, a little bit.
in some scenarios, it's like, I don't know. If I was, not really the numbers, it's more of how heavy you are in the content space. Like, if I
Yeah.
had been posting content consistently for a whole year, I probably would have known a lot more people there, and I probably would have got invited to, like, a party, 1 or 2 parties at least. I'm not saying
I was gonna
that would...
say, like, I was gonna say, because like the numbers really aren't the biggest part of it. It is
No.
the consistency of your content and how
It's
much you're
you actually
networking.
doing it.
Yeah, like you actually doing it, and also like networking with other people and like getting to know people outside of your sphere and more so in your sphere too. That is, like, at least in my experience, that is the most valuable thing.
Like, nobody knew who I was there, and I was meeting a lot of new people, which I like, but also because I was...
bro.
Yeah, because I was making my first introductions right off the bat, and we had no time to hang out with people outside of the convention. I had no opportunities to take the people I had just introduced myself to and make them into potential friends. Like, I didn't have that
feel-
opportunity.
Okay, no, you know what? Actually, there were some people that didn't like hear of me or know me that I did run into. Like, shout out to Bunos, and his brother, but I forgot his fucking name, bro. We also saw Gren. We saw Gren while we were there too,
Mhm.
and that was awesome. Ramen was also there, obviously.
Oh, ramen.
Chips and Woogie,
The goats of the trip.
the goats, the
They
goats.
I feel like Chip and Woogie made me feel a lot more comfortable at that convention because they already knew a shit ton of people. They were in those circles, and they kind of like pushed and dragged us in a little bit to make it so we weren't like standing around awkwardly on the edge of the conversation, which we did do a couple times because we didn't know that many people. Like I said, I think my goal for next year, what I said earlier about the number thing was wrong. I meant what Honey said, the quality and consistency of your content, whether you're a big creator or a small creator, definitely grants you those more connections and those more networking, and it leads you to be able to make more friends in the content space, not in general. I'm just talking about in the content space. If you want to be friends with like fellow creators, doesn't matter their number or size, you actually it's easier to do when you yourself are consistently creating as well, and your name is kind of getting out there a little bit to where people is like, oh, I've heard of you.
Honey Crisp, sign my shoes, please. Me if I went to VidCon, probably. Thanks, Lou. I appreciate that.
Sign my forehead. Oh my god, Woogie signed like 4 people's foreheads.
I signed like a journal and a Terraria sword, and I thought that was
So did
that was
I.
the pinnacle. That was the pinnacle of me existing. I was like, dude, this is awesome.
I gotta do content now.
I gotta do content.
Yeah, but yeah, what I did mean is that it definitely opens up more doors to be able to make those like more branched out connections. And I would love for next year to be able to hang out with people who I like talked to last year, aka this year. Like I'd love to go back next year and go to parties or go to picnics or go to events and be like, hey, I met you last year, or hey, we met over this year online and now we're meeting now. That kind of stuff. I just want to. That would be awesome.
Dude, Borm, why don't you just come to California?
Oh my god. Oh my god. So Mark Bormethius was not able to make it this year. The big man himself was not able to make it. And there were so many people who kept teasing him and be like, just show up, dude. Just show up. He just physically couldn't come because of just like money. It was just too expensive. And that's totally fair. That totally makes sense. Everyone,
I was kind of giving him shit.
dude, everyone was giving him
mostly
shit.
Me. It was a lot of me,
everyone
and then
except for me was
like,
giving him shit.
yeah, I was like, I remember because you were on call outside after a beach trip, and like, I remember you talking about it to Borm about like, oh, the beach trip was like the beach was so much fun. It was like the water was
talked to him
warm. We
about
got
my
touched by
whole trip.
Poseidon. And you were like, we got touched by Poseidon. Like it was awesome.
Poseidon
And
touched
then-
me.
Poseidon touched me. And then I was like, I came outside to the backyard when you were talking to him, and I was like, Borm, like, I
Where
wish you were
at?
here, man. Like, where are you? Like, why aren't you here, bro?
And then he
He's like,
lost it. He was
dude,
like,
he lost it. He was so pissed at me. He's like, honey, shut the fuck up. Like, I swear to God.
I want to be there. And what's even worse is that while we were at VidCon that second day, me and Gav, Prince Zam, it was organized by Prince Zam. Awesome Sans FaceTime calls Bormethius. Prince Zam is on the phone and picks up, or as Borm picks up. Borm, like me and Gav, are big Sneak fans.
Oh, dude,
They
yeah.
take the phone and immediately pass it to Sneak as he picks up. And apparently, Borm has been like a guy in Sneak's community, like in chat for a while, but he hasn't been in chat like a lot recently. So Sneak goes, dude, where have you been? I haven't seen you in chat, man. Where are you? And Borm was a little pissed and a little not because, like, to just randomly get a FaceTime call from Sneak, who he is a fan of, was just not on his bucket list, especially because he couldn't be there. And he was pissed that he wasn't there already. It was just literally salt on the wound.
And then his friend, like, it was from his friend's phone, too.
Two of
Like,
his friends organized the devious deed.
that's diabolical.
It was evil. But yeah, I talked to Borm about my trip a lot. And, oh man, I wish Borm was there, yo.
I do. I wish that he was there. I think it'd be so cool if he had shown up. But you know, it couldn't have been for everybody. It wasn't. He Woodaway didn't show up, so you know
He
whatever.
Woodaway doesn't even like us.
Yeah.
But yeah, oh, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something about Borm.
I don't know. Probably
I
something
don't
about
remember.
me pissing him off.
Probably. But yeah, and then the rest of I think our days were mostly just like us hanging out as a group. Like we went to a Renaissance fair
Dude.
and
Oh my
and Honey quested her little heart out.
I didn't get to finish my quest though. I never got to finish it because like okay, so we went to this Renaissance fair and it started at like 10 a.m. And so we got there like around like 10:30 or 11ish and we were like entering and stuff and like everything was going fine. It was fine. And then Shab is like starting to say like, "Oh, I'm not like feeling so well. I'm going to go like sit down and stuff." And we're like, "Okay." I'm running around questing and stuff. And we like in the group chat get a message that like, yeah, Shab isn't feeling good and she wants to go home. And I'm like, oh, fuck, dude.
And you're a designated driver.
And I'm a designated driver. We had two designated drivers that day. It was me and it was Squeak.
Well,
And
Tuesday was there too.
well, but we didn't know that she was going to come back to our place for certain. We weren't
Yeah.
100% sure. And we also dragged her out from like where she lives. Now, don't say the name because don't dox
Middle
her.
of nowhere.
Middle of nowhere. It was like an hour plus away from like where we were staying at, and we dragged her over to go to the Ren Fair. I felt like it was unfair to like be like, "Hey, can you take Shab home even though like you're here for the Ren Fair and you like have to drive this person back and
Yeah.
leave early?" Like that's not fair. I kind of wish that I told David to do it though because because I was like, oh, I wanted to stay
David was
so
also
bad.
really deep into the questing though. Like he was
He
also very
was.
locked in.
Well, I was with him the whole time. Like
I
we were
know.
on the same
But the
level of
two
quest,
designated
but
drivers were questing.
two designated drivers questing, and I was like, the reality of it is that my friend's health is way more important than
Finishing
the
this
fair.
awesome quest.
Well, not only finishing the quest, but also I was really excited to be dressed up and cutesy and stuff because at home I don't really get a lot of opportunities to do that. Like I don't have opportunities to be like slay and wear like skirts and dresses and stuff.
Be slay.
Like be slay. Like, I don't have an opportunity to wear skirts and dresses as often as I'd like to. And because of that, I was like, oh, this is a great opportunity to do it. Because there were a bunch of like the vendors were like very like
In
LGBTQ
character.
plus, well, not only in character but very LGBTQ plus friendly and like very
I saw
loud
many
about it and
flags and many
prideful. There were
pins.
so many. There were so many people who were like really prideful, and like that was like the opportunity. And I really wanted to stay for that because the vibe
Because
that everybody had was like
everybody
really.
knows that gay people make the sickest Ren Fair costumes. That's
They
just a given.
do!
That's just a
They
given.
do.
I saw so many cool costumes at that Ren Fair. I went to a Ren Fair when
Freerin
I
was
was like
there.
8. Freerin was there. Where did she come from?
Yeah.
are you?
So I'm not gonna lie, I was bummed, but I had to leave. But my friend's health was more important, and she like literally Shab had thrown up. Like it was a
She did?
bad day. Yeah, she did. She
Nobody
did. She
told me
threw up.
that.
Yeah, she vomited and was like, "Yeah, I need to go home." And I was like, "Oh, fuck. Okay, we're going home. We're leaving." But well, the little bit of time I was there, it was a blast. Everybody who was like in character and like the guilds and stuff were like super friendly, super funny, very good at improv, and like so welcoming and friendly to like show you how things work.
I gotta show what I bought.
Oh yeah.
So at the Ren Fair,
I came across these shop vendors who I was dressed as a wizard or a magic user, and to be honest, in most games and D&D campaigns stuff like that, I like to be a summoner. So I was like, okay, I can't take a wand or a staff, especially back with me home. So I need a book. I need a spell book. And I picked up this sick book from one of the shops. Like,
Yeah.
this thing is so cool. And these guys were also very in character. There was one guy who was using an entire fake accent the entire time he was having conversation with me, which while I was purchasing this, it was like a 3-minute conversation. And it was great. It was great. And then after that, shortly after, me and Mustard found ourselves alone. Mustard's class originally was a drunkard, and then it switched to a bard when I bought him a little flute or like a little recorder and a bard hat from a shop.
He got upgraded.
He got upgraded. I upgraded him. And we somehow ended up stumbling right into the beginning of a jousting show, which eventually turned into a full-on sword fight to the death. And that was awesome.
Yeah.
Did I think I'd see that today? Jousting, yes. Sword fight to the death, no. Very worth.
Dude, I loved the Ren Fair so much. Like the like atmosphere was amazing, and it was just like a good time all around.
Yeah. I'm scratching. I got an itch. But yeah, no, it was so worth. I got this awesome book. I actually want to show off
That's
some
an
of the other
that's an
stuff.
Assassin's Creed book, by the way.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know.
No, okay, okay.
I want to show off some of the other stuff that I got. We were at Universal Studios, and I got this Bob-omb hat, which I thought was a very stupid purchase at first because it was $42 damn dollars, and I thought I bought it for the funny, and then immediately regretted my purchase. However, I then found out that it makes the perfect neck pillow for the plane ride home. Literally perfect.
Yeah.
Anyways, hang on, let me show off our, I don't think I even showed this to Honeycrisp at all. So this is my Jujutsu Kaisen lanyard, and this was my VidCon badge for the first day. Shitty handwriting at the bottom.
Mine too. It's hanging up on my board right over there too.
Gojo. But so we went for the. Is it still written here? Oh, it's still scratched out. We went for the Saturday as well. Me and Gav, like I said, and we got community passes again. And I wrote PK Live this time, except for we had Fanity scratch out the community and write creator. And you can actually see it way more clearly on the back. But we had Fanity scratch out community and write creator. And each time we met a new creator, especially people in Lifesteal, this is a great conversation starter. It was, oh yeah, fellow creator here, fellow creator badge, fellow creator access. It's nice to meet you. Great.
I'll see you in the lounge.
Starter.
I'll see you in the lounge later.
Lounge. It was a great conversation starter.
Yeah.
I bought some figures. I bought this awesome Hatsune Miku figure. Oh, I'm such a nerd. Ugh, this 18-year-old dude buying figures for his damn shelf. Ugh.
Dude, literally, I bought so many. Like, on Girls' Day, when we were shopping, we got a bunch of blind boxes. And my bank account hurts so bad because of it. But I have some cool little figures up here that I opened with everybody. This is like, there's way too much money. I don't think you need to be ashamed. You don't need to be ashamed about buying figures for yourself.
I know, but I'm also actively putting my little Remy shoulder buddy on my shoulder, so maybe I should. He's so cute. He's magnetized.
I can't show my chat because you have an ad. But I will after it ends. Okay, there we go. Look at that,
Look at him,
dude.
yo. Look at him. Look at this dude.
Is there more to talk about with the trip?
We
We went to the aquarium. You
I
didn't
didn't.
though.
I was
You didn't.
I was home alone.
Yeah, you got some alone time at home and you cleaned at home.
Yes. It was the day before we left. Everyone wanted to go to the aquarium, and I was like, all right, we have dinner tonight. I don't want to be making sure all my stuff fits in my suitcase the night before. I'd rather do it the day before. So I stayed home from the aquarium. I did that. I packed. I washed my clothes. I did some laundry. I did some other people's laundry. And then I cleaned. And I cleaned most of the general areas. I didn't want to intrude on people's rooms. So when I got done with like the living room, the outside, kitchen, hallway, I got so bored. I was so bored, and everyone was still at the aquarium. I was like, "Oh, guys, come home! I miss you." I needed a little bit of alone time.
Oh, awesome,
Not that
Sans.
much. Oh, Sans.
We're just talking
Hi,
about
Sans.
VidCon, bro.
We're talking
We're
about
just-
VidCon. We're recapping. We're talking about that absolutely devious call to Mark Bormetheus where you put Sneeg on the phone. That was evil, dude. That was like malicious.
It was funny. It was a very funny thing that you did, though.
It was. Can you talk about how I was the hottest one there? Yes, I can. Sans and I go way back. We haven't hung out that much recently. However, I would still call Sans a good friend. And, you know, I met Sans for the first time at that convention. On the first day, I got a good handshake. I didn't get a good clean look at him. It wasn't until that Saturday where he met me outside the convention. He was there, standing with his double Red Bull, two Red Bulls stacked together, that I really noticed his beauty. Hottest one at that convention. It was two. It was two. It was two. It was the double stacked Red Bull. It was awesome. It was in fact awesome.
It was cool to meet you. It was really awesome. And that fucking day that I was at VidCon was like so cool. It was so chill.
Yeah. I can't wait to do it next year. I don't know if we're going back to VidCon or if we're doing like
I
San
don't
Diego
know.
or EU, but I promised you I'd buy you another double Red Bull. So
Dude, my wallet. It's so light. It's so
know.
light now.
there's flies in this wallet. Double Red Bull. I want to go back so bad. Like I genuinely have never been so motivated. My belly's grumbling thinking about it. How was it for you, Sans? Cause like, you were at like some of those like parties. Like we didn't make it to the picnic. Me and Gav got invited to the picnic, and we weren't able to make it, and we were really upset. You were like there with most of like the actual creators. We were like in our house with people who we came with who weren't really creators. So you kind of had the
You're breaking my
real
heart, Pete.
VidCon. No,
I'm-
no.
I'm a creator. Am I not a creator enough for you? Am I not a creator
No,
enough?
It's okay. It's okay. We're creators. It's okay. I went to a couple parties. It was cool. A lot of drinking. Not me though. Hashtag sober, but it was chill and fun. Honestly, I saw like the pictures that people took. It seemed really fun. Saying "Life by the Sea" with Tubbo. That's awesome. See, that's the thing, is that I totally want to do content consistently to the point where I could get invited to like parties like that next year. Now, I don't want to like, I'm not saying get like some big number or anything or like be super popular. Just do content consistently enough to where people at least know me a little bit. Like I know that picnic, since I didn't get like invited, you just got to know people. I it was super fun to like meet and introduce myself to people at the con. It's just about like actually making those friendships and those connections. Because we didn't get invited to like any of those parties or anything, which is understandable. Nobody really knows us. We did get invited to that picnic, and since we weren't able to go, oh my god, I was so upset. It was like such a big missed opportunity.
But also, you couldn't have gone anyway, though.
I know, we were at Disney.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just hoping that next year, like after I do, I found my passion again. I'm actually like excited to do content again. VidCon
Likewise.
literally revived me out of my shitty slumber. So I'm happy to be kind of back. Even though this is my first stream back, I'm hoping I can stick with it. But like, yeah, I'm really hoping that I can do this next year. I'm motivated to go back. Like, I want to go.
Bro, you got it. Literally
I
easy
gotta.
clap.
I know. It'd be a really cool experience. I want to see Woogie again. I want to see Woogie, and I want to hang with Woogie, and it not be weird. It wasn't weird the first time because I knew of him. I knew him slightly. We weren't actually like friends. I would say we were like acquaintances, buddies. We've played games before in VC. We've done stuff together. But sorry, I'm skipping through these OSTs, yo. But I want to be able to go back next year and actually like it be a little more of like a chill interaction, because the whole time I was doing this stupid bit where I kept going to Woogie, and it landed most of the times, but a lot of times I was just doing it just to see how he reacted. I kept going like, "Oh, are you a fan of me? Do I know you?" Or I'd tell him that I was a fan of him, even though before this trip, like I think a week before this trip is when I figured out he was actually in Lifesteal, which I don't watch Lifesteal. I don't know any of the people in Lifesteal really, but I've heard and I know now that it's like kind of a big deal. So like I kept asking, I was like, "Dude, I'm such a big fan, Woogie X. Oh my god, I love your content." Even though I've never watched a Woogie X stream, never watched a video, nothing. I was just doing this stupid bit with him. And it landed the first couple times. And the other times it was just kind of like, eh. But I want to be able to go back next year and actually like hang with him if he's there, and like as an actual friend, not just like some dude he knows that he's kind of buddies with. That's the same for a lot of people, like even Sans. Like Sans and I used to be like pretty good. Like Sans was on my server for like a couple years in a row. And then I was, like, kind of in those spaces that Sans was in, and then we kind of just, like, drifted. Same with, like, a couple other people who was in that spectrum as well. I just don't hang out with much of those people much anymore, and it's sad. Because they're all pretty cool. I've always liked them. I'm reminiscing about what could be.
Bro, I'm just reminiscing about the great time I had with y'all when we were like going out places. That shit was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Next year we'll have less of a plan for like daily stuff, and we can like dedicate more time to actually like going to VidCon all 3 days, or like hanging out with people outside the convention. That'd be awesome.
I feel like if I were to go to VidCon all 3 days though, I would be like, what do I do? Like, what am I gonna what?
That's you're thinking about how you were when you were first there versus how you might be after you've actually like made connections and made some friends and you went back and you actually know people, because you did literally meet people while we were at VidCon. So like you've already shook hands with people, you've already introduced yourself. You just gotta keep that going and hopefully turn that into a friendship. Let that bloom into a wonderful friendship, and then you get to meet them again next year.
Bro, I hope. I really hope that I can go next year. I mean,
Yeah.
I know that it's more possible for me because I live here, but like like having a trip that we had is like my main goal.
Yeah. I think there's like multiple people who live there. I just don't know who I can say lives there or not, because I don't know if they're like public with their location.
Yeah.
There is one person who I actually would like. It would be awesome to like hang out with a little more. I'm just not in any mutual servers with them except for the VidCon server. Is Chip? Chip is cool.
Wait, Chip lives here?
I didn't say that. I don't. I have no clue.
Oh, okay. Well, I was about to say, like, bro, I gotta go and hang out. Like,
Yeah. But like, I do wanna be hanging out with Chip would be awesome. I don't know what else to talk about.
I honestly don't know. Like,
I don't know either.
I think that really sums up the majority of the trip, because like I don't know that there was anything else we did.
Yeah,
We went to Disney.
We talked about
VidCon.
Disney for 5 minutes. We talked about Sneak Snack for 15. We talked about Woogie for 30. We
Well,
fangirled over George Not Found.
God, never say that.
I
Never say
think
that to me
I
ever
think
again.
we
How
I
dare
think we
you.
gave our trip justice.
We talked about the beach.
I also got this little
Oh, we
guy at
didn't
the
we,
convention.
we didn't talk about oh, Mimikyu. I love that Mimikyu so much. We didn't talk about much about like the beach stuff because that was like more just like us things.
Oh
But I
yeah,
think
we were just
there were
hanging
some
out.
banger moments that
Oh, we saw
happened.
we saw dolphins. We were like fighting waves. So the entire time we were at the beach, we weren't like, oh, chilling in the water, swimming. We were literally fighting the waves. Like we are like little children. We spent the entire
Poseidon touched us.
Yes.
Poseidon was
We
in
spent
our
the
shit.
entire time. Oh my god. We went to the beach for the sunset day, but we went back a second day. It was me, Honey, Nep, and Gav. All four of us were there, and it was high tide.
It was super high tide.
Super
Like it was
high
like
tide.
literally it was about to touch the pier. It was so
Yes.
high.
And we sat there and we fought like the biggest waves. And by fought, I mean they came towards us, and we just tried to stand in place and not be moved by them or swim through them.
Yeah.
I got swept on my ass probably 10 times, and I got hit in the balls at least twice. Dude, oh my god.
Oh, wait.
You explain
Wait. Okay, so so okay, I'm gonna use locations because we're not there anymore. So it's not
Yeah.
like we're in danger if I mention it. We went to this beach called Crystal Cove. And it's this really, really pretty beach.
It's a historical
In like
district too. There's park rangers and everything who live there.
yeah, like it was really pretty and really nice. It wasn't like too far from our Airbnb either, so it was like really nice to go to. And the first day that we went there, it was for the sunset, but the girls didn't make it to see the sunset. I forget what we were doing, but we didn't make it. Um, and we ended up getting there like after dark. But I still went in the water and swam with everybody. It was so warm. I don't get why it was so
Mhm.
warm that night. But the water was so warm, and it was like just perfect. It was a lot of fun. We were like fighting waves. I think Shab ended up going like deep into the water with her fucking dress on. Like
She
she
didn't
did
have
not
any swimming clothes.
she didn't have any swimwear or anything. She was just like, I gotta get in there, and she just started going. I wrestled Squeak and won when
is
I got to the
crazy.
beach first, because he's a 6'2" man, and maybe like he's like maybe 40 pounds heavier than I am, and I won. I won against him. Um, what else? That night we were just like hanging out, swimming, fighting the waves, and we had such a good time. And I missed the sunset. And the other day that we suggested we should go, I was like, hell yeah, I want to see the sunset with everybody. So we go out in like we drive out to Crystal Cove again, and we see the water like literally almost touching the boardwalk. It almost swallowed the entire beach. It was so high up.
We had to put
And
our like towels and stuff way back, like right next to the pier.
yeah, it was like almost gonna get taken by the water. It was so much. And we were like walking on the beach and going in the water. And I was sitting like I was staying near Nep most of the time because the dude is a literal tower. So like it's hard to miss him. It's really hard to miss him if you're like in the middle of the water. Um and me and him were like going into the waves and like fighting them, going under them, swimming through them. And this one 10-foot wave just looms over us, and we're looking up at it, and I'm like, oh fuck. I tried to swim under it, and it tossed me around a bunch. I get up out of the water, I turn around, and I just see Nep beached on the shore.
Like a whale.
Like a whale, and he's like dying there, and he's just saying, I'm beached, I'm beached. Over and over
I'm beaching my shit. I'm beaching my shit.
I'm beaching my shit. He's like, I'm beached, bro. I'm beached. And the waves just kept crashing on him. And he's just like, he was back. He was like laying down back on the sand at the shore. And he was just getting sand everywhere. It was like, it was terrible.
He was
And
the Sandman.
he was the Sandman. There was so much sand everywhere.
It was
And
bad.
and we like stay in the water a little bit longer. We like recover, and we're like having fun in the water. And while I'm like looking at Nep and we're like talking and stuff, I was just about to reminisce about something really sweet. I was like going like, man, like I can't believe we've been friends for 5 years and now we're in the water like fighting waves and stuff. Before I could even finish that thought, I hear and I turn around and I just see PK crouched down, holding his crotch, like just like being like, "Oh!"
I was like Percy from Clarence. Oh, it hurts.
One of the waves, like perfectly crotch level, just the loudest smack I've ever heard, hit PK. And he was just like, oh. And I think, if I remember correctly, a second one came in and slapped you in the face.
Mm-hmm. It sucked.
So I ran over to PK. I was like trying to fight off the laughing. I was like running over. I was like, oh my God, PK, are you okay? And I'm like trying to pick him up because he's like on his knees at this point. I'm like, PK, you okay? Oh, another wave comes up. Right in the tit. Right in the tit.
I was just not having a good day.
Dude, we were getting tag teamed.
It was horrible. Totally unfair.
It was completely unfair. Poseidon was touching us. We were
Poseidon
diddled.
was touching us, and we did not want it.
We were diddled by Poseidon. It was very unfortunate.
Yeah. On a completely random note, I figured out that one of my math teachers in high school got arrested for kid diddling. I figured that out today. I don't know why I thought of that. Probably because of Poseidon.
Wow.
I just thought I'd bring that up.
Why, bro?
I don't know. Thought it was funny.
Why? Why?
I actually got the news today while I was at work.
Bro, I was trying to talk about Poseidon hitting us in the tit. And,
You just brought up this shit.
You just brought up this shit, man.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. Oh my God, the bathroom story.
Oh, at the beach?
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
my God. Nep needs to be here to say that it's okay. You can speak
okay.
for him.
I'll speak for him. So, after that debacle of the 10-foot wave tossing our shit around and PK getting slapped in the nuts by another wave, with Nep was very sandy, and he is like a 6'4" guy. Him coming into my car would have brought in a sandbox. So, and no amount of going in the ocean was washing off the amount of sand that he had. Like, he was on top of it. He was
got
talking about like, oh my
beached.
God, he was beached. He was beached. And so, like, no amount of going in the water would have washed that off. And he was saying like, dude, this feels so uncomfortable. I'm chafing everywhere, and I feel like I'm going to die. And I was like, okay. The night that we had come with everybody, Rose had said that she thought she saw some washing stations that were at the beach. And we are like, we got to find these washing stations so that everybody can get cleaned up. So we were looking for them all over like the historical area and like historical districts. Like they have like these buildings and stuff. We were like, maybe there's showers behind them. Maybe there's showers in the restrooms, the public restrooms. Didn't find anything. Me and Nep decided to leave Gav and PK to go and look for washing stations on our own. And we were like, just stay here. We'll be right back. And we'll text you once we know that there's something to wash us off with. So we're walking around, and like we were looking everywhere on the beach. There wasn't a single one. And so after like 20 minutes of looking, Nep was like, I give up. I'm going to go into like the most secluded bathroom that we can find, and I'm just going to wash off in the sink. Like, I'm just going to figure it out. And I was like, none of the toilets lock. Like, none of the restrooms lock. There was no, like, you would have to be in an unlocked restroom naked. And he was like, if you can just keep watch and let me know if somebody's coming, or like tell them not to go in there, then that's fine. Just, I need you to keep watch. And I'm like, I got you, bro. He goes into the restroom, and he's like starting to like wash off in the sink. And I'm sitting out there for like 10 minutes, and a couple walks up. The girl goes into the women's restroom, and the guy goes in front of me and is like tossing stuff in the garbage can next to the men's restroom. And I know he's gonna go for the door. So I'm like, it's locked. Huh? What do you mean it's locked? Yeah, I tried the handle and it wouldn't open. I don't know. I think it's locked. And he goes, how does that even... These bathrooms don't even... Whatever. And so he's sitting there with me next to him. And I'm like sitting here sweating bullets because I'm like, I lied to this man. And he's gonna find out as soon as Nep walks out, because I'm gonna be walking off with him. Sure enough, Nep 5 minutes later comes out. I start like walking off away from the restrooms with him, and Nep starts like out loud, not even like 10 feet away from the guy who's waiting out the bathroom, is like, dude, I heard that guy who like was trying to get in the bathroom. That was crazy.
He's an idiot, dude.
He's stupid. He's so dumb. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. I'm like telling him like, yeah, the guy that was standing out there, that was him. He's like,
So,
oh.
from Nep's perspective, this whole time, when that guy walks up and starts talking to Honey, Nep hears what's going on outside, and he's like, oh shit, he's gonna come in. So Nep, who's washing off in the sink, butt-ass naked, takes all of the clothes he has and tosses them over a stall door, and goes into the stall, locks it, gets dressed, and within that 5 minutes comes out.
It was literally like, what he said he heard was,
He knew that someone was out there, though.
he knew that somebody was out there and was trying to get in, and he was like, oh fuck, I'm gonna get seen like I'm gonna get seen ass in sync. I'm gonna get seen ass in sync, butt ass naked by a random dude trying to get into the men's restroom.
Shitting in the sink.
Dude, I didn't know what else to say, because what other justification is there? Either I lie to him and say
go
that.
In there right now.
Well, okay, but like then I embarrass Nep, right? Like, because the only two options I saw in my head was I lie to him and say that the restroom is occupied or is under maintenance or locked or something, or I say, I'm gonna be so real with you. My friend is there naked right now, cleaning off. If you go in there, you're gonna see something you're gonna wish you didn't.
Naked man.
You're gonna see
I just saw
6'4"
you walking with your
naked man.
girlfriend. You don't want to cheat on her by looking at naked man in the restroom.
Yeah. After the piece de la resistance was we go and meet back up with PK and Gav, and we're like, okay, we're washed off and everything's fine. We were like talking about the situation with them and like laughing about it. We're walking back up to where the parking lot is, and there's like a building that has like the restrooms and stuff and a bunch of individual doors, and we're like, dude, if there are showers in there, I'm gonna lose my shit. So we look and we're like, no, there's no showers in here, they're just toilets. And we go around the building and we're like starting to walk back to my car. Turn the corner, shower faucet.
I saw running water on the ground, or like not running water, but puddles of water on the ground versus the entire other bathroom section being dry. And I was like, if I walk around this corner, I'm totally gonna see like the beach shower heads that we had been looking for like 20 minutes.
Shower faucet, running
Shower
water.
faucet,
It,
running water.
at first, we didn't think it was working because Gav like pushed one of the buttons and nothing
You have to
happened.
hold it.
But you had to hold it. And as soon as he held it, it just started bursting out clean water for you to shower. And you know, if you were sandy and needed a shower to get the sand off.
You know, the thing that people do at the beach that we thought they didn't have. Rose was right.
Rose
Can't
was
believe
right.
I'm saying that. Anyways, I think, to be honest, I think we've wrapped up like a really good portion of the trip.
Yeah, the only part that we didn't discuss was no, we did discuss goodbyes.
Yeah.
I discussed well, at least I discussed goodbye with you. Also, goodbye with Nep and Shab was really tough too.
You got to
Because
spend the whole day with them though, because their flight wasn't till literally nighttime. All of our flights were in the morning.
yeah, but it almost made it worse because I was like
Spent
spending all
that
this
whole
time with
day
them.
with them.
I was watching like went to go and see the live action How to Train Your Dragon movie, and like spent the whole day like with them doing stuff and like shopping and doing whatever. We got food, and then I separated from Dino and Squeak to go and like drop off the two of them at the airport. And when we got there, I like literally I couldn't help myself but sob. Like I
Yeah.
was crying in Shablingo and Nep's arms because I was like, these are people I've known for like 4 years, and now like I've had such a good time with them, and now they're gone. Like, oh my god. There was a lot of crying that day. There was so much crying that day.
Yeah.
Overall, good trip.
Mhm.
10 out of 10 would do again.
11 out of 10, yo.
11 out of 10.
I miss
It was a lot of money, but I think it was worth every penny, personally.
100%.
Yeah. I miss it, and it's only been a day.
Literally, I got home yesterday.
I got home yesterday, last night, and
I went right back to work today. It sucked.
I go to work tomorrow, bro. Oh.
Your job seems better than mine though.
It's not when it's like 102 inside all the time.
Well, try a humidity in the hundreds everywhere, inside and outside.
It still sucks, PK.
I'm gonna
Okay.
get you. Anyways,
I think that's it.
I think that's it. I think we've wrapped up everything pretty well.
It took what, 3 hours almost?
Yeah, 100%. But I think this was good.
Yeah. I am very happy that we got to do this. I'm very happy that I got to meet you in person and that I have
It was the best.
yeah, I got this like this is basically my little brother over here at this point. This is my twin.
You're such a wait. This is my sister. This is my sister right here.
That's my twin.
I'm my twin.
God damn it, dude.
Twinning.
So sleep time, I think.
Sleep time, yeah. Ending soon. Screen sleep time. You know, streams will return though, right? Honeycrisp streams will
Dude,
return.
Streams are coming back.
Streams
They
are making a comeback, yo.
They are coming back.
All right. Well, I think this is a good place to end it off. For both of us, probably. Thanks
Yeah.
everybody for watching us yap for 2 hours and 44 minutes and 18 seconds. It's been a great time.
It was a really great time, and I hope to see you guys soon. I love streaming, and I've said it a long time ago, and I'll continue to say it. No matter if there's only one person streaming, I will continue to do it if people enjoy. If even one person does.
We love Honeycrisp. We love Honeycrisp.
Okay, all right. Don't.
All right. Calm
You ain't
down,
gotta butter
everybody.
my biscuits that hard, okay?
Calm down, everybody. No photos, please.
No photos, no signatures, please.
No signatures,
please.
please. I'm just trying to get through the convention.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Do we want to raid somebody? Do you have anybody in mind?
Oh, that'd be such an awesome idea. Let me take a gander.
Oh, Chips is streaming.
Chips Online?
Chips Online is streaming, bro.
Chips on. Wait.
Dude, it's time. It's
Do
time.
I follow Chips? No, I don't. Hang on. Let me
Well-
wait for this ad to be over. I'll get the raid started up though.
Yeah.
Raid channel.
Obviously, it's late, so you guys don't have to join if you don't want to. But I'd appreciate it if you at least go for a second and then maybe drop a follow for them because they're literally so awesome.
Yeah.
So thank you.
All right. I'm gonna start my
will see you
raid.
guys. I'm starting my raid too. I'll see you guys next time, and hopefully within the weekend is my hope. Maybe even tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see.
Ooh, that'd be hype. All right, I'm doing the
It'd be
raid.
pretty hard.
Bye, everybody.
Good night, guys.